Welcome everybody in once again to another special live watching event here at the Super Labo Studios as we bring you another Global Wars from Ring of Honor in conjunction this time with Scott D'Amore's promotion, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, as this is Ring of Honor Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling presents to you Global Wars Canada. Welcome to the pre-show discussion and welcome once again into the Super Labo Studios. Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to the Super Reliable Studios. You know what this is, for I am the Superman of the Super Brand, the voice of SRS, perfect, great for all things professional wrestling. Damn it, no matter what nation. My name is Noel Foster. Thank you all for tuning in, whether live or on demand. Please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. You want to dictate the conversation, super chat or PayPal the passions. It is truly as simple as that. We have 10 matches on tap tonight, and there will be 4 championship matches. And it wouldn't be a Canadian call without one of our fellow Canadians on the call. One half of the Canadian connection. He previously has ventured into the world of honor with me, and it's great to have him on tap tonight. Whether or not he has poutine, it's Nick Ferrantes, like Nick Believe 12. Good to see Nick as he gets the stuff in order, and as he does that, I will go ahead and run down the card for you all.
I got you. I can hear you, buddy. I can hear you.
Well, good deal. Well, thank you, Nick. Welcome right on time, and this should be fun, man. We're literally covering Canadian professional wrestling in conjunction with Ring of Honor, so you should have a lot of fun tonight.
I mean, you need to have a Canadian calling Canadian wrestling.
It does kind of, yeah. I'm about to say, if I didn't have that, kind of defeats the purpose.
I was going to say, like, it'd be such an oxymoron if a Canadian didn't cover a Canadian show.
Right? Good to see Cleaver, Con Andrew in the chat. Get your prime cuts. Again, me and him need to one day chat again and do some fun stuff. We'll have a one-on-one chat or soon enough. Share some barbecue in Cleveland soon, bro. Good to see you, and thank you always for your love and support. So again, folks, 10 matches on tap tonight, and here is tonight's card. Trios action as the Lethal Swirl, they're called. Jay Lethal and the Swirl take on Mascara, Dorada, Bhupinder, Gujjar. You might remember that name from TNA Wrestling. And one of the biggest freelancing names on the Canadian circuit, Psycho Mike. He is also known as the purveyor of the Power Slam. So I'm sure everyone's looking for our powers in the night from Clair College. We also have a 6-pack scramble with Michael Oku of RevPro, Jake Crist, formerly of TNA, Barbaro, Cavernario, of course, and of course, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling and partnered with CMLL. Michael Allen, Richard Clark. I've never heard of somebody with 4 singular first names like that. That is ridiculous. But apparently he's a champion of a push-up contest, whatever that means. Ace Austin of the Bang Bang Gang, and Brent Banks, of course, of Maple Leaf Pro. Red Velvet stirs up and defends the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship against Big L, Alex Crowley of Juggalo Championship Wrestling. The Virtuosa. Deonna Purrazzo defends the Ring of Honor Women's Pure Championship against one of her most formidable rivals during her time in TNA Wrestling, the quintessential diva and the current MLP Women's Canadian Champion, Micheal Shaw. Yeah, Eddie Kingston and Ortiz will be in action tonight. If I can get the graphic here. My bad, folks.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Against Adam Priest, you only can do one grab at a time. Against Adam Priest, the Dynamite Kid, Tommy Billington. Of course, Eddie Kingston has huge respect for Adam Priest and Tommy Billington after the fallout with Jay Lee, where he betrayed them to join the Swirl. I know, folks, dumb name, it is what it is. And since Ortiz came back to AEW, Eddie Kingston and Ortiz have been on quite a hot streak. Believe it or not, Ricochet and Swann have met each other now over 70 plus times in their respective careers, and have only continued to elevate cruiserweight and high-flying action. Well, once again, we revisit a classic that we once called from FSW. Ricochet goes one-on-one with MLP's Swann, former TNA World Champion, versus the former AEW National Champion. How about that? Also tonight, Rohan Raja defends the PWA champion Grail against Stu Grayson. This will be their first ever one-on-one encounter. Of course, Stu Grayson, former NWA. Yes, Nick.
Keep going.
I'm about to say, Stu Grayson, of course, has had his fair share of fallout here since losing championships, of course. And Rohan Raja, he basically is the inaugural champion since this title got brought back to life. And with that Aurora Tieves in his corner, it's going to be a formidable fight. But I'm very intrigued to learn more about this title and see this match. Go ahead, Nick.
So, I don't know how old these graphics are, but if people are keeping up with MLP as a standalone, we do know that Stu Grayson is the interim MLP World Champion.
That's fair. You're absolutely right. And whether or not this happened before that or afterwards, because as you said, it was a weekend where MLP had their uprising in conjunction with Ring of Honor. We'll have Marinello, Don Cos, and Eva Cabani on the call. What a freaking commentary team. You're absolutely correct because as we learned, the MLP champion, Josh Alexander, is out for the time being after going through successful, thankfully, surgery. Now, whether or not that affects the events come Las Vegas when MLP is part of the Palm Slam Fest, we'll have to wait and see. But thank you for that programming note. I appreciate that. And of course, we also crown inaugural Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions as the Good Brothers, the Gates of Agony, MLP's Bryce, Hanson, and Sheldon Jean. And I never thought I'd see these two together. This is a very first time unique situation. Although neither man is no stranger to Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. Kaito, KiyoMiya, of course, the supernova of Pro Wrestling Noah, also known as the Prince, and the youngest ever GHE heavyweight champion. Took that from, of course, Keiji Muto. And Bishop Dyer. Y'all remember Baron Corbin, folks? Hello. In fatal four-way action to crown the first ever MLP Tag Team Champions. And that is our entire card tonight for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling ROH Global Wars Canada. So quite a dynamic field, Nick. I mean, the flags itself basically represent what we're looking at here, this interpromotional showcase across several countries where we got Noah, Juggalo, we got CMLL, we got AEW, we got ROH, we got Maple Leaf Pro, we got former TNA tenured talent, Canadian freelancers. Oh, and also, in case I didn't share it, Athena will also be defending her, I forget that, the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship against Taylor Rising of Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. Apologies if I almost forgot to say that. But again, quite a card here, Nick.
Yeah. Looking forward. There's a lot of people on this show that I am looking forward to seeing. Big Al, Alex Crowley is one of them. Taylor Rising is another.
3 championship matches, by the way, for the women. Each one is a Ring of Honor Women's Championship. Put that in perspective.
Yeah. This match too is, I mean, that's going to be a hard hitting match.
Well, pure rules. You don't hit hard. You fight with finesse and technique. And no one's owned the world of pure wrestling more than the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo. But to your point, Michelle Shaw and Purrazzo have shared this dance many times, but never under pure rules. Dwayne Atkinson, good to see you. Ring of Honor predictions will be back this year, but this is not pay-per-view. This is a special. But when Super Card of Honor arrives in May, the ROH League will be back. You have my word. And thank you so much for tuning in. And Colin, I am not priorities over passions. I don't have the money. Need to take care of family, prepare for the madness that will ensue during WrestleMania week. And I will talk more about that before our stream concludes. But thank you so much, as always, and good to see Charles. Please continue, Nick.
Yeah, no, this match there's a lot of interesting talents that were on the show.
Several names you're familiar with, I'm sure, both as a fan of professional wrestling and also names known out of the Canada area, I'm sure.
Yeah, like I said, Big Al, that I just actually watched her and J-Rod at Juggalo this past weekend. I just caught a glimpse of their match.
Former Juggalo women's champion before she lost to Haley J.
Yeah,
really had that title for 200 days.
Yeah, Taylor Rising, another Canadian star. It's just this card on paper is a good card, and it came off really well. So.
Yeah, and again, Scott D'Amore and Tony Khan working together as Scott D'Amore, of course, brought back Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling after shortly leaving TNA Wrestling. And we've seen its uprising. We've seen the mayhem that's ensued. We've seen people forged and fired. Of course, I'm also naming shows from the past that, of course, have defined the champions, defined this roster, defined this renewed Canadian standard of professional wrestling. Although I've been watching wrestling out of Smash Wrestling, for example, ironically enough, Psycho Mike is a standout from Smash Wrestling. I believe he is still a Smash Wrestling champion. Good to always see my friend Sandy as well. That's not Walter. That is Nick Sandy, but I appreciate you as you listen to Christian radio programming. And again, shout out to everybody that celebrates Easter this weekend. For, of course, he will have risen. And again, Good Friday. May you all have a humble demeanor based on the sacrifice that was made during that time. May we all strive to be better. And Dwayne saying, is this Deonna Purrazzo's first defense? She only won it. Actually, no, it's not. In fact, she is undefeated under pure rules since beating Billy Starks not before this title foul battle. This will be her 8th pure rules match since winning the championship, and I believe her 6th defense. If you've all been watching Ring of Honor like I have, you would have just saw how she recently defended again successfully against Billy Starks. But it seems like Diamante might want to put her name in the hat to try and take the Virtuosa's title. But really, we'll see if Michelle Shaw does it first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this should be interesting. Again, from what I saw, online. Because remember, this card I think this card has already been
aired.
Done.
Yes,
yeah.
This is a retro watch along in case people are wondering, but due to the fact it wasn't on Honor Club at the time, which is how we're watching it, we are, of course, being reliable and promising you our coverage of the Global Wars as we've done now for MPX, Australia, United Kingdom, and Mexico. And now we're in Canada, eh? I'm just waiting for Japan at this point.
Exactly, right? So, I mean, this card has already been, like, you kind of already saw what was, if you, obviously yourself, you're not a social media kind of guy. But I mean, if you were on social media, you did get a glimpse of it, but now we're kind of get to watch the entire thing. So it'll be interesting how everything played out.
Yep, and again, we'll be here for the entire ride tonight. Again, you all could also follow along with us. If you want to join us live as well, become a subscriber of Honor Club today. Go to ROHWrestling.com, join Honor Club, $9.99. Remember that magical number. And you can literally watch this along with us. Literally, it's going to start in a couple of minutes. If you're on the live feed like us, you currently see it says Ring Up Honor Wrestling tonight, as it has not gone live yet. And again, we will have Mauro Ranallo, the voice of My NXT, and one of the greatest voices in combat sports history, alongside Don Callis and Ian Riccaboni tonight as commentary. That alone itself just made me even more excited for this show. Just to hear Mauro's voice, to hear Mauro Ranallo calling professional wrestling again, it's just a reason alone I've been following Maple Leaf Pro since Scott D'Amore brought this promotion back to life. And yes, I am calling Sakura Jansen's because I'm local. Tomorrow morning, live. I will be live 2:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, Sandy, if I don't see you there, I hope you enjoy the post-show recap. And if your feed just cut like mine, Nick, I believe we are going into the building with Aurora Tebas kicking things off.
Mm-hmm. We are in.
Let's begin. And, of course, we are hearing the voice of Mauro Ranallo, the play-by-play voice of Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. It looks like we're starting off here with a match that may not have been officially on this. This might have been a dark match. Of course, dark matches do happen. But Ortiz was, of course, a known name in Canada and is the associate manager of the PWA Grail champion, Rohan Raja, who we will see in action later tonight. Oh, she's taking on the Renaissance woman, high-end. I like this. Of course, high-end signed with AEW, one of the great standout freelancers from the Texas area.
Interesting.
Tag team partner in Maya World, who just took on Athena for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. Maya World, a student of Athena, the fallen goddess, who's approaching Roman Reigns territory now in her forever run.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this match goes. Is it one-on-one, or it seems like it's more than just one-on-one? No.
And I think this is a pure one-on-one contest. And of course, we are on Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. I don't know if the Code of Honor will be adhered to. I think this is an MLP-based match. Bell rings are underway, and that answers my question. And we are officially underway here at Global Wars Canada. Condom Attack starting off with women's action here. So, Nick, how much do you know about Aurora Tebas? Have you seen her in action before?
I have not. No, I have not seen any of her matches. It'll be interesting to see how she does. She has that physique and that look. I mean, realistically, I'm realistically looking for, don't be scared to break a nail. I want to see it actually hit somebody.
Of course, this is the first time anyone's probably seen Aurora Tebas unless you watch Maple Leaf Pro and know her as the manager. Nice shoulder block there by High End. High End, of course, discipline, as I said, one of the most well-known freelancers out of the Texas area next to Burt Dixon. Trained by Booker T, also previously involved in Rhodes Wrestling Association under Dustin Rhodes. And Tebas right now taking advantage in the early going here. Sidestep and Tevez. Woo, just grabbing the second row. Big boot drives her down to the floor, though. And High-End taking advantage of the opportunity. Might be looking to fly her early tonight with a low peg suicida. High-End is hot so far tonight. Probably hot up there in Canada, eh? The Great White North, more usually colder than ever. High-End getting the crowd going here. Aurora taking out the... Wait a minute. Grabbing the referee. What in the world is she doing? Trying to... Oh, no! Putting the boot right to the midsection, taking High-End off the ropes. And Messi landing off the top turnbuckle here. I like getting impromptu matches with talent you don't expect to see on the card. And again, Aurora Tieves knowing we got 3 women's matches tonight, all contesting for Ring of Honor championships and the Maple Leaf Pro Women's Champion in action. This could be good scouting for both these women. Oh! Scorpion kick. I haven't seen that since Cassie Lee. Impressive. Rare hip attack there. Takes High-End off her feet. Now set in the corner. And Aurora falling out with the double knees. The Meteora. High impact move here. And now staying on tag. Going the cover. Hooking the far leg. It's a 2 count.
Okay.
I mean, so far, Tevez seems to be pretty well in control here so far, Nick.
Yeah, she's looking pretty good. Her strikes could land a little bit more, but so far so good.
Oh! That delayed vertical suplex by the ever so powerful High-End. For those that don't know, by the way, Aurora Tieves works out of Women of Wrestling as well. Been involved in the business for 9 years and trained by another Canadian great. You know the name Anthony Corelli? Santino Marella from Battle Arts Academy. And High-End right now, of course, you see the height advantage on High-End here. Oh! What a freaking short-range lariat and a follow-up here. The Irish whip, Aurora, reversal. High-End set in the corner, follow-up, runs into the boot, though. Oh, God, what a pump kick. Hoist it up, and a back drop. Goes in the cover, back press, hook the near leg. Gets a 2 count.
They're working. So
I mean, so far, Tevez holding her own here.
Yeah. Again, some of these punches and kicks, I don't know if that's a High-End thing or just the other Tevez. I wish they kind of are landing a little bit more.
I mean, there might be a little bit of hesitation there. Victory roll. Almost got her there. Smart move by Tevez. It's the front kick again. High kick, rocks High-End down to her knee. And right now might be looking for maybe a lightning spiral. And High-End right now preventing the execution of the move. Great separation. Goes for the clothesline again. Both women off the ropes. Spear! Tevez broken in half by High-End. Uh-oh. Double chicken wing. Chicken down with a glam slam. Shoots the half. Hook on the near leg. And High-End wins this exhibition.
Very different rendition of a glam slam, right? Because usually that you set out for.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, High-End's been building a strong growth momentum, as I said, for the Independents and ROH. And of course, as I talked about, newly all elite. Not bad here for a person that's just 2 years, by the way. To your point, Nick, the experience was marginal. 2 years more experience on the High-End side. Great win here tonight, though, and I would love to see more of High-End and Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. Let's put her against Micheal Shaw.
Yeah. Again, it was a decent match. Kind of wish I mean, what do I know? I'm not a performer. But I kind of wish that the shots landed a little bit harder. Otherwise, it was an all right match.
And voice of Ring of Honor, of course, Bobby Cruz here. Looks like we're going to have another dark match here.
What?
Is that what the hell Ron Singh? Well, there's a name I haven't heard again since TNA Wrestling. Son of Gama Singh.
Raj Singh isn't. Is who's the referee?
I'm not sure exactly who that referee is. I know that referee though has been a official here at Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling for quite a period of time. In fact, I think I've seen that referee previously at Uprising. And Chris Chambers, who has been teaming up alongside Taylor Rising here and supporting her at times here at Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, teaming up against Raj Singh here tonight in tag team action. Ferry Martinell is talking about the history of Stampede Wrestling, which goes back to the Desi Hit Squad's roots, I suppose, here.
Where you going? You go share? Yeah, like I kind of want to know who that referee is. I mean, that's okay.
That's probably a referee type that you haven't seen ever, I had to guess.
No.
And there's Rich Swann, of course, as we know, he'll be in one-on-one action later tonight against Ricochet, the former AEW United National Champion, excuse me. I've never seen Kid Chocolate, though, here before. Well, before I could say anything, Chambers and Raj Singh on the attack, much to the surprise of no one, I'm sure. Sportsmanship and Raj Singh do not belong in the same sentence. The fake attack right there. Nice uppercut combination here. Able to take down Raj Singh. Gets a cover. Could be over right quickly.
Interesting.
So, Nick, have you followed Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling at all, or Scott D'Amore's promotion at all since Scott D'Amore has brought this back to Canada?
No, I haven't. But honestly, no, I haven't. It's just the talent. I don't know why. I don't know why I haven't. It's just kind of not something, dude. With the amount of wrestling that we have.
That's also a fair point. I'm not
during the week, like, and I mean, I hope that okay, it's no secret, and I think we couldn't share this news. They have a TV deal, right?
Yeah, of course.
They're going to be on TSN. They did announce that. That was a big announcement. So I kind of want to see what their TV product looks like. And I'd give that a chance.
So you get at the end of the night, near fall for Chris Chambers. Continue.
I really hope that they have kind of their own dedicated roster. I mean, I really hoped it could still happen. I really hoped at the time, Scott would have came on and helped out with Ring of Honor, but if he wants to do MLP2, it is what it is.
I mean, it doesn't mean that we won't see, of course, after we see this show tonight, what we think of it. We won't see Scott D'Amore and Tony Khan working together on future product, especially whenever AEW is in Canada. Eh? And speaking of Canada, as we know, AEW is right now on a Canadian tour. They went through Winnipeg, and now they're going to be in Edmonton. And then, of course, this coming weekend, next weekend, of course, we'll be covering Dynasty. They'll be in Vancouver.
Yeah, so I mean, it should be great. This is a great way to get. Because Tony is there. He was there. It's a great way for him to kind of scope out the Canadian talent, I guess. Again, talents like Taylor Rising and Alex Crowley.
That's a job across the throat by Rich Swann. Hold that fuck gets not even a 1 count. Continue.
That is not Rich Swann. That's not Rich Swann, sir.
Who is that?
That is Mo Jabari.
Oh, he almost looks like Rich Swann, though, if you look at him, though.
Yeah.
Big Mo Jabari was involved previously in a cover here, 2 count only. My bad. He really looks like Rich Swann, though, so my bad. Be interesting to see him work double time.
Yes, no, that is not Rich Swann. I was like, wait.
He looked like he came out with the entrance and the swagger and the type of attire and everything. And again, like you said, learning about these names here of Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, as of course we learned so many names from GCW, and shout out to our partners in the GCW Collective commentary cohorts. And of course, they're covering a double feature event that I believe starts tonight with GCW Last Call. Folks, you still have time to fill out the predictions form, by the way, till 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and please stay tuned for their coverage later this evening. Uchi Garochi, netbringer over the knee, cover by Raj Singh, gets a 2 count on Jabari. Anyway, as you were saying, Nick, you were talking about like primarily the women's names, but again, we talked about, these people here right now. We talked about who we're going to see later tonight. We're talking about Psycho Mike. We're talking about Bhupinder Gujjar, who was a breakout star in TNA wrestling. I wouldn't rule out some of the men here either being scouted by AEW or the rest of the business, or even the rest of the Canadian circuit.
Yeah, no, there are definitely Canadian promotions out there that I think, we're probably watching this show, or we're probably in attendance, trying to get them on their next shows. Again, like I said, I would hold judgment on anything, because I kind of want to see what the weekly product's going to look like.
And of course, you will start seeing that in July. And anyone who wants to see that outside Canada can get a VPN service like Surfshark to watch Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, which I'm very encouraged to think about doing myself.
Yeah, I would love to see. I mean, I don't know where they're.
Ooh.
All I know is it's on TSN. I don't know if it's going to be on TV or their streaming app. So it'll be interesting to see where on TSN they land.
That's fair. Hot taxi match. Nice wall kick. Almost lost his footing there. Able to escape out of the corner, but I think he had a messy landing there, did Kid Chocolate. Chambers trying to take advantage of the situation. Caught with a spinning sobot, front face lock. And once again, Kid Chocolate. Messy execution, but DDT, tornado variation, caught nonetheless with the cover of the far leg. Back press broke up by Raj Singh. That was messy.
Yeah. I don't know.
They call it high risk for a reason, Nick. It's high risk not only for yourself, but for your opponent, especially if you don't execute it correctly.
Yeah,
really
for sure.
Bad there if he lost his footing.
And that's what we've seen a lot in this match.
Well, that could go again to the inexperience of these men with each other, or in this business.
Yeah, and that's why I don't, for these matches, like, I don't, again, I don't judge it based on who knows how long they've been in the business. It is what it is. I expect more from the television talent, right?
Yeah, exactly. Great timing there, though, by Jabari and Chocolate there. Roll bridge to Raj Singh. By the way, I have no idea who's legal. Don't even ask me.
Yeah, that's...
I feel like the Fatal 4-Way for the Tag Team Championship is going to be even more chaotic considering how many big horses we got there. Leona, Luke Gallows, Bishop Dyer. Beautiful moonsault there on Chambers. Cover by Chocolate. Gets the win.
Wow.
Great finish there.
Yeah. It was a good match. It definitely way too chaotic for just a tag team match.
Well, I mean, what do you expect when it comes to professional wrestling sometimes, especially in the dark where you're just trying to showcase and impress? Again, these matches were not even on our card. We're getting an inside look at what the fans got to see there live, which I always enjoy more wrestling. I'll never freaking say anything against that. And that was a great finish there by Kid Chocolate. Take a look at the replay here. Hyperextend the legs in air on the moonsault. Perfect hit.
Very athletic. Like these four, they were totally athletic. Not taking it. I think it was just faster than I think they even expected. Because there was a couple moves in there that could have been a little bit cleaner.
Right.
Yeah.
On the campus of St. Clair's College, Windsor, Ontario, Canada here. Capacity crowd on hand. Good turnout there, it looks like. Bobby Cruz saying we're just a few minutes away from going live, post, with Global Wars Canada. Of course, the voice, as I said, of Ring of Honor. I think he's really been there the entire history of Ring of Honor. What the hell? So we got one more match here. We were just talking about High-End's partner earlier. Maya World, as I talked about, the last challenger to Athena's Ring of Honor Women's World Championship, and the tag partner, Texas represent, to Hyon, who was successful earlier against Aurora Tavis. And by the way, if you did not see Maya World's effort against Athena, the only woman, by the way, who has actually taken Athena to the full 10-minute time limit, improving ground history during her run, commendable outing for her for the title, but still came up short. Okay, now this makes more sense. You want to talk about an independent woman that has really taken the industry by storm at such a young age. Talk about this crazy cat, Billy Starks. Of course, the minion of Athena here, and a big chance for Billy Starks to leave an impression, not only for Athena, but for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. She will also be involved later this month at Pro Wrestling Eve against one half of Hyperactive in All Violence, Anita Vaughn. Of course, you all can watch that on YouTube. Being a member today of Pro Wrestling's YouTube channel, I highly encourage it. It's honestly becoming my promotion of the year right now. And Nick, you're very familiar with Billy Starks. Of course, we've seen her work in GCW, AEW, ROH. Name a promotion. I think Billy Starks has been there.
Yeah, I mean, Billy, these are two young up-and-coming talents. And this is where, again, I look at this match and it's, you know, I want to see, I'm not looking for good. I'm looking for, you know, better than good. So.
Well, I think the level of experience here is definitely going to give you that. And we've been impressed with Billy Starks ever since she arrived at AEW during the dark days, immediately going for the standing switch, back elbow strike. Billy Starks, by the way, who was a finalist against the virtuoso Deonna Purrazzo in the inaugural Ring of Honor Women's Pure Championship Tournament, lost to the virtuoso, though, not once, but twice. Nice running drop kick there by Maya.
You okay, honey?
What's up?
Nope. You're honey. I said, are you okay, honey?
And shout out to Mrs. Ferrantes. I hope that she is just fine and doing well.
Yeah. We are.
Oh, God! Clutch her with that elbow.
Ooh, big shot.
Both these women looking to become the next big thing in ROH. Billy Starks, who took Athena on twice for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. Back-to-back final battle shows, might I add. Many people thought Billy Starks should have been the one to defraud her, and somehow Athena has surpassed Nadia McGuinness, Samoa Joe, Jay Lethal, all-time greats of Ring of Honor, because she has not been beaten yet. Of course, Billy Starks adopting that violent attitude here, courtesy of her minion overlord, Athena. And shout out, by the way, to Bianca Belair. May she get well soon. Maybe trying to break the hand of Maya World, because we all know how many bones are in the human hand. Of course, the Purrazzo knows how to dissect the human body from the hand to the arm, master the Fujiwara armbar. Stiff right hand by Billy. Now mounting Maya World in the corner, known as Pizza Cat Jr. I know many people are still waiting for Billy Starks for Shotzi Blackheart. Billy Starks, though, will be involved, though, as we know, at Porta Media for the crowd in attendance live, taking on Charlie Evans.
Dude, whoever is going on the show, when that match got, like, I mean, there were some good matches on that card. Ed has done a great job with Porta Mania. But as soon as he announced Evans versus Starks, I was like, oh, lucky bastards.
You know, sometimes you got to give the audience that actually pays for these shows at reasonable prices their money's worth before the lights go live. It's a cover, back press the far leg. It's a 2 count of that vicious bat breaker. And again, folks, please follow at Ed and San Antonio on the X for further information on Porta Mania. Tickets still available. Get them today. And also, if you want to follow the show along with us, we'll be covering it. Become a member. Subscribe to Title Match Network today. And shout out to Tully and thank you again for his time. Again, the inaugural all-women showcase starting off every festivity, the annual women's showcase, starting off every festivity for WrestleMania week, Porta Mania. Big elbow strike there by Billy Starks. Of course, Billy Starks, 21 years of age, been involved in the business, folks, now for 7 years, has wrestled in over 35 different states and across 8 different countries. Current Girl Fight champion. Former JCW champion and the inaugural Ring of Honor Women's World Television champion. Of course, Red Velvet will defend that later tonight against Big Al, Alex Crawley. And Billy Starks right now in control of Maya World, but Maya blocking the boot, getting back up to her feet, as I said. Stand out from MPX and Texas, trained by Athena. Of course, last time we saw Athena and Maya World share the ring on Global Wars, it was literally Global Wars MPX, where Athena got embarrassed. Chance running out here for Billy Starks. Maya World again, folks. This is just the dark portion of our presentation tonight. We still have yet to go fully live with everything that's ahead on this card. Again, 3 Ring of Honor Women's Championship matches. The Pro Wrestling Championship Grail will be on the line, and we will crown an inaugural MLP Tag Team Champions. And so much more tonight on Global Wars Canada, courtesy of ROH and MLP. So buckle up for a fun night. Just ripping her down by the hair, taking her back down the mat. Maya World back up to her feet. The fire in Maya World right now, meeting Billy Starks in kind with these forearms, middle of the ring. Starks staggered, Irish whip reversal, holds on. Oh, man. Stunner to the knee. Spinning back heel kick. Beautiful combination by Billy Starks. Cazador, victory roll. Double chop by Maya World. Just driving the air out of Billy Starks. Good grief. What? I appreciate that Stone Cold reference by Don Callis and Marvin Nell. Again, it's so good to just freaking hear Marvin Nell's voice in my ears, even quietly. Jumping knee strike, catching Billy Starks, and a half and half suplex. Snap suplex variation there. Up the second, moonsault connects, goes for the cover, up the far leg, back press kick at it too by Billy Starks. Woof. Maya World putting together these combination offense here. Maintaining her composure, thinking about her next move. Maya World, 24 years of age. Inside cradle, inside cradle. Reversal by Maya World. Shoulders down for a 2 count. Both women trying for position here. Flash spin could happen out of nowhere. Both women maintaining hold here. Uh-oh. And this is, of course, disorientates your opponent as both women are tied up and rolling around the middle of the ring. Referee following this positioning. Focusing on all 4 shoulders. Both shoulders down. Oh, man. I almost got a double count there. Lift your feet, rising knee strike. Falls up the clothesline in the corner. And then a DDT takeover, I think. Front face lock. Oh! Right across the knee with that net breaker again. Billy going into the cover. Gets a 2.5.
So you can really tell with this match that Billy is the one that's in control. The way I see it, like in more of a kind of who's the leader, who's the follower kind of thing. Like I feel like Billy is kind of the one calling it and kind of pushing that pace.
Yeah, but Maya World keeping pace. Oh, God! Sunset flip powerbomb out of the corner by Maya. The follow-up Shining Wizard. From the both flags to Maya World with the win. As you were saying that, big combination finish there by Maya World.
So now you have to ask yourself, how does Athena take that loss?
Well, we'll see how Athena takes tonight's match against the very game, Taylor Rising. This will be their second ever singles encounter, by the way. And again, you saw the way that, bam! Billy Starks was ripped down out of the corner and ate that Shining Wizard flush. There was no way she was kicking out of that. Great win for Maya World. Great win for both Hyon and Maya World tonight. Continuing that momentum forward in ROH. It's both singles and tag competitors.
Yeah, they did a good job.
And of course, that was their second singles encounter. We got an FBI warning as now we officially get ready for the actual show. And I think that was a great warm-up, personally. I really enjoyed that. Again, great win for Billy Starks. And again, folks, if you follow along so far, MLP ROH Global Wars Canada starts right now as we got our cold opener here. That will be narrated by the great Marvinello. Not to cause this, but to collide. Legacy's carried across. Well, that's fair. Michael Oku, Rev Pro standout, Rev Pro champion. Probably written in different languages, but understood the same way. Then I go Mastery meets Wall Power. On this night. Every match is a statement. That's fair, honestly. This is Global Wars when the dust settles. You can tell that Scott D'Amore was heavily involved in the production of this.
Oh, for sure.
And when the story's finished, that's where it begins. It's not the ending, it's the spark. Uprising, I get it, because of course that was presented the following day. I don't know if we're going to cover that also, folks, because that's not on ROH, that's exclusively on Triller TV, but stay tuned. And based on our outlook tonight, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Every alliance will be tested. This is a hell of a cold opener, I will say that. Every victory from night one comes with a prize. Hey, look, there's the man with the body slammed. Cycle Mike. He looks like a freaking wide-eyed JDC, but a lot bigger. He does.
You're right. I you know what? I didn't think of it until I was like, wow, you're right.
2 nights, 1 battlefield. Of course, we're just covering the first night here. And based on the night, who knows? Maybe we'll cover it freaking next week, Friday, just because, I don't know, or some point down the line. I wouldn't mind covering more Maple Leaf Pro. I've been encouraging us to cover more promotions. Come on, let's get into this! Japan, UK, Mexico, Canada, America, all presented and represented here tonight at ROH and Maple Leaf Pro. That's crazy.
I do like this cold open.
Yeah. St. Clair College is in fuego tonight as we are in for an incredible night of professional wrestling action where we have 6 different countries presented and 4 different companies to be showcased here. Welcome, everybody, officially in to Global Wars Canada. Noah Foster, Nick Ferrantes. We are, of course, representing Simba Studios. Marvin Nell, Ian Riccaboni, Don Callis, probably a dream trio of modern-day commentary on my screen. Bringing you the coverage, the reactions, the energy tonight, and the history for Global Wars Canada, presented by Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor Wrestling. And again, we are in for a phenomenal night. New champions to crown for the first time. 3 different women's championships on the line, all for ROH. And talent showcase from CMLL, Pro Wrestling Noah, Juggalo Championship Wrestling, AEW, ROH, and Maple Leaf Pro, all under one roof. Oh, God, the Don Callis family. Really, Don? He can't help but talk about that every chance he gets.
I don't. Okay. Never mind. It's a nitpick of me. It is a nitpick. I don't like how you can hear the overview, like, you can hear the commentators in the arena, and it.
Well, I mean, TNA does the same thing, to be fair. They actually let the commentary be heard because it encompasses the energy. But that being said, Nick, don't worry about that nitpick because this is as normal as it gets. It's time for our first match. It's time for tag team action. Looks like we're kicking things off with Eddie Kingston and Ortiz versus Adam Priest and the Dynamite Kid, Tommy Billington. And again, folks, welcome into the coverage officially. Welcome into the show. Again, if you want to dictate the conversation, super chat, pay by the passions, Canadian. It's as simple as that. Again, it's great to have Nick Backer on the call for ROH. This should be a lot of fun. Referee Aubrey Edwards for this opening contest. And as I talked about earlier with you, Nick, Adam Priest and Tommy Billington have recently betrayed by Jay Lethal, but have had a fair share of momentum so far as their own duo, including a win over the Workhorsemen recently on Ring of Honor.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing Eddie and Ortiz.
Of course, Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, seeing them, seeing Ortiz back after so long with his injury,
Right?
seeing Eddie back, glad to see them kind of working together.
Well, I mean, those two are like freaking oil and water, and yet they've always stood by one another, whether they were enemies or tag team partners. If you look at the history of these two men, much to your points earlier, but as I also said, ever since Ortiz came back, Eddie Kingston and Ortiz have had a fair share of momentum as a duo, including a win over the grizzled young veterans, and they've also been working together as a team on the independents, with wins over the Odyssey and Starstruck, Anthony Green and Chinham Thomas at Limitless Rumble earlier this year.
Yeah, that was a good show. That was a good show. That I said it when I saw that show. There's a handful of promotions right now.
Code of Honor wasn't here too. Very stiff Code of Honor. Of course, let's also not forget and slide over the fat. Eddie Kingston, we know how much he respects Ring of Honor. Former Ring of Honor World Champion beat Claudio Castagnoli for the Ring of Honor World Championship.
Mm-hmm.
For a violent man who literally says, no, don't give me no praise, all right? I'm a bad man. I literally find myself screaming sometimes at night in my hotel room because I'm always dealing with my own demons, not sure if I'm going to see tomorrow. It is when he's in the ring where he is as most comfortable and at peace. And I do think people truly respect Eddie Kingston for what he does bell to bell in the squared circle. Despite the fact that he may look like to you a violent bum, he is very proficient when it comes to the art of professional wrestling.
Yeah, Eddie is that strong style. He loves his strong style. Every time he talks about the Japanese legends that have inspired him. And I mean, everybody deals with their own demons. Eddie's just really open and honest about the demons that he battles. He was even saying when he was injured, like that the emotional and mental battles that he had when he was injured. It's nice to see that he's back and kind of doing what he loves, and he's said it in many times. He loves being in the ring. That's where he finds his peace.
And Ortiz right now finding his peace, controlling Adam Priest, keeping him down towards center and trapping the arm here. This is the first time, by the way, we're seeing these four men lock up in tag team action and honestly share the ring together. We previously, of course, saw the Kingston and Ortiz in that crazy 8-man parking lot fight in Las Vegas on the roof of a parking lot, where, of course, we saw them win successfully alongside the Rascals against Big Bill, Brian Keefe, Isla Dawn, and the GYV. Big scoop slam there by Dynamite Kid Tommy Billington. Gets a 1 count. And, of course, Tommy Billington, Dynamite Kid, has also been a rising star here in ROH, has shared the ring with the likes of Konosuke Takeshita and FTR's Dax Harwood. Nice double team backdrop suplex cover here with the lateral press, 2 count by Aubrey Edwards. By the way, congrats to Aubrey, who recently signed to All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, Aubrey's a good ref. I mean, in my opinion, I do think that, AEW does a poor job in their refs, and not for the fact, like, they do their job great. It's just some of the things that happen is just kind of can't excuse it. You know what I mean?
Well, of course, but it's also one of those things where if you don't learn from your past, you're doomed to repeat it. There's a cover now by Tommy Billington, it's a 2 count. If you don't move on from your past, you are doomed to relive it and define you. And I do think a lot of people, especially in the wrestling business, no matter what position, have learned a thing or two about that. And we've seen Aubrey Edwards grow as an official. Hell, Aubrey Edwards has become bilingual with her work down in Mexico, working in CMLL. Ortiz, oh my gosh, man, what a bop of Flapjack. Follow up, Kip Eddie Kingston. Great combination there. Kingston with the cover. Lateral press gets a 2 count.
Yeah, and this is where I said, it's talents like these where you look at it more. And again, we're not in the business. I'm not here to judge you.
Hell no, I'm here to encourage the business.
Yeah, like take what I say with a grain of salt. I just kind of say what I see. And guys like Ortiz and Eddie, and even Adam Priest and Tommy Billington, like, there's no. I want to see you get at each other. You know what I mean?
Well, I think we're seeing that now. Tommy Billington caught with that double underhook suplex, somehow finding a way to push Eddie Kingston into their corner. Tab made Adam Priest, and we know that Adam Priest and Tommy Billington, they are hell bent to get revenge against who we're going to see later in action tonight, the Lethal Swirl. The Swirl, of course, Lee Johnson and Blake Christian after Jay Lethal betrayed them. Follow-up kick there, and you see the intensity being picked up here by Tommy Billington. Of course, you face Eddie Kingston, the inaugural Continental Classic champion, Continental Crown winner, former NW Strong champion, former Ring of Honor World champion, as I said. Self-proclaimed king of the bums here. And Adam Priest, though, needs to watch his temper here and avoid getting disqualified. Working on the left arm now, trying to maybe prevent that Hurricane spinning back fist or the stretch plum. As you talked about earlier, Eddie Kingston disciplined the Japanese wrestling style. King's World, actually, more than Strong style. Oh! Again, those knife-edge shots by the heavier hand, Eddie Kingston. Let's call it what it is. Vicious arm wringer, though, by Adam Priest.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like, I want it, like, guys like this, I want to see your chops hit. I want to see your punches land. I mean, it's not going to take away from my enjoyment of the match. I want to see that. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you want to see a full-on, not necessarily a fight, but you want to see them lay it in. You want to see them get stiff. You want to see them test their fighting will, their fighting spirit. And the kids are right now trying to fight out of the corner here against who's now legal, Tommy Billington and Adam Priest. Wait for the Insiguri. Great escape there. Waistlock applied on a Priest. Clothesline. Giant suplex combo.
Yeah.
Diego cover and Ortiz with the save.
I mean, we talk about, you know, this place being where the best wrestle. With the, you know, AEW and ROH, I'm lumping them in there. Pride themselves on being the best in the ring. So I want to see, again, your chops land. I want to see your punches connect. No fluff. And also going to the receiver, you know what I mean? I want to see them selling.
Oh. Well, you just saw four men drop each other as we got all four men down of that collision. And the Ring of Honor has always been a staple of honorable wrestling where the strong survive, where you literally fight your hardest bell to bell each and every night. That's been the staple of ROH since 2002. We talked about the standards earlier. You talked about Eddie Kingston. Yeah, he honors Japanese wrestling. He also honors ROH, talking about, of course, Xavier. Talked about his enemies, of course, Kyle Casnoli, Brian Danielson, who finally showed him respect. Tag made Ortiz, and the tag made now, I believe, to Adam Priest. Now Ortiz legal, taking on both Priest and Billington here. Clothesline, taking down Billington. Priest, though. Priest working the left leg. There's a single leg crab. Could be a submission here right now as he's laid flat in the middle of the ring. And Kingston, though, coming for the save. Tommy Billington, though, trying to grab it at Kingston, take Kingston down. Looking for the crossface. Dual submissions here. And again, Priest is legal on Ortiz, trapped in the single leg crab. And Kingston and Tommy Billington dragged to the outside. Up kick breaks up the submission. Ortiz, though, feeling the damage done, grabbing his hamstring. Oh, wait, into Cradle, inside Cradle. Shoulders down, 2 counts.
Only a 2 count.
They're very close there, though. And Priest right now bridging Ortiz. Vicious chop.
We should, you know, I know we're kind of like already in the show, but I do want to mention to the people in the chat, SmackDown is going on. We don't want spoilers. We're a spoiler-free environment.
That's right. And if you spoil, you will be banned. It's as simple as that. We are focusing love and attention strictly on this stream for Ring of Honor Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. Oh, man, Alex Bulldog.
I know we should have mentioned it.
Down Priest.
I know we should have mentioned it in the beginning, but
yeah, that's fair. I appreciate that. Watch Tommy Billington, though. Double missile drop kick takes Ortiz and Kingston down. There's a snap German. Shout out to his uncle, by the way. Snap suplex on Kingston now. Snap suplex on Ortiz. And the Dynamite Kid right now has lit the spark inside him. Woo, man. What pumping for this young man's body. Follow up in the corner with the flying forearm. Got Ortiz in a ball position up on the top rope. Could be on the receiving again. A superplex, but Kingston made the tag. I don't think Billington was aware. And Eddie Kingston, Oklahoma Road 2 and dubs! And just like that with the Cradle, Eddie Kingston gets the win.
Good match. Very good match. There you go. again, that was a great opener. Energy was there. You know, again, they came, they showed out. They put in that work and they showed out.
Yeah, and think about this, Nick. We know that the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships held by Los Fashion Ingobernables, Sammy Guevara, and the Beast Mortals. You literally could be looking at Eddie Kingston and Ortiz challenging in the near future if their momentum continues like that. That was a great win against a new rising tag team on the scene. Tommy Billington and Priest, who again have had great momentum so far in Ring of Honor. That's their first loss as a duo.
Yeah, I mean, Eddie and
Let's see, we got the Code of Honor here adhered to, of course. Let's Ring of Honor is all about, and there it is right there. Again, mutual respect, like you said, all four men brought it, and it was just pure wrestling that won in the end. Oklahoma Roll by Eddie Kingston, great awareness. That blind tag and immediately sliding in and trapping Tommy Billington when he least expected it. Still, great outing and a great opening match. What a start.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone on record and I've said it a billion times. You know, I really wish and I hope that in 2026, Tony took ROH and uses it as a proper pseudo-developmental brand.
Let's speak of development. It looks like Josh Alexander wants to give us a development based on his surgery.
Yeah.
Just up to surgeon. Surgery this coming Wednesday. Okay. Well, again, our hearts go out to the walking weapon, Josh Alexander, current Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Men's World Champion, might I add. We wish him the best and the speediest of recovery. And again, we know MLP will be part of the Las Vegas Showcase, Nick. And to your point, as you kind of spoiled Uprising, but again, it has happened. We know there is now an interim Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling Men's World Champion. And this is one of those rare situations where you really don't have a choice in the matter. You kind of need that. And of course, we're talking about our main event tonight to crown the inaugural first ever MLP Tag Team Champions, as you see. But coming up next, Red Velvet defends the Ring of Honor Women's Television Championship against Big O, Alex Crowley.
So this show happened on the Thursday, right? Yeah.
It was March 27th, I believe, to your point, brother.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, Italy sucks. I know. Yes, we know. Portugal's in the World Cup. We get it. Hey, all right. This was a match that really intrigued.
Well, go ahead and talk about it, man. Talk about Alex Crowley and what your expectations are here and why you are such a fan of her work. Go for it, man. Your time to shine. Speak.
Dude, her in-ring, like, she has a look about her. I don't know. She has that kind of rocker, all fight. Like she gonna scrap. Like she doesn't look like the kind of girl to kind of hold back her shit. She's ready to scrap.
To your point, 23 years old, representing Juggalo Championship Wrestling with 7 years of experience, trained by Randy Rest, Big Al, of course, as I said, the former JCW Women's Champion, for 145 days before Haley J beat her. And this is her first ever match in ROH, going after the Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion, Red Velvet. You want to talk about someone you don't mess with. Talk about somebody that comes from a background in boxing with 2 collegiate boxers in her family, and during her second run here so far, wins over Trisha Dora, Hyon, and Zeta Steel, the real deal. Ever since being Mercedes when they last year to regain this title at Final Battle, we have seen a whole new fire come out of Red Velvet, and she has been unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, Red has always been good. She's the kind of woman where I kind of wish she was on. She was on AEW proper and mixing it up in the TBS title scene, and I feel like she'd be great in it. But again, speaking of Alex Crowley, look at that. Like,
I was about to say, you said yourself, the girl's all attitude. She looks like she's all attitude. Connor Tab can also just look at the tail of the tape. Definitely, I see the reach advantage here in favor of Alex Crowley, possibly the strength advantage as well. Stiff Con top again, just throwing Red Velvet off like it's nothing.
Like I said,
Go ahead.
I watched her today.
Gaza, Dora. Victory roll, hold that thought, Nick, the cover! Whoa.
No. On her match that she just did with J-Rod on JCW. And that was a good match. Like, she's got skill. She's got that size, that the height advantage. I see, like I just said it, the reach advantage. Like, she's got that, I don't know. Again, she's got that rocker.
Oh, big shoulder block.
There you go, right?
You're talking about the attributes of Alex Crowley. She also has far more experience in this business than Red Velvet, who has only been involved in wrestling, as we know, since literally AEW and the Nightmare Factory. In fact, Red Velvet's 34 years of age has only been involved actually in AEW and ROH for the duration of her career, but coming back from an amateur background, she is still more, axe kick. More experience than Alex Crowley, 10 years involved in the game, and experience might be a difference maker here, as well as momentum. Looking to stir up another recipe of success. She also is undefeated on the proving ground. Cover back press on the far leg. Gets a 2 count. Almost got my notes confused there. Sorry.
So she is working a heel style here.
I don't know if it's heel or, as you want, Nick, aggression. You want aggression. You want stuff laid in. And I would think someone with, a boxing discipline will definitely do that. And someone of an attitude like that will give it as a receipt. As Alex Crowley just crowned Red Velvet on the apron with a DDT.
She's giving me, like, you know what? This is the best way to explain Alex Crowley, I think. She's giving me Paige/Rhea Ripley vibes, all in the same person.
That's a fair outlook. Probably a fan of Allison Change. Send her up for the snap suplex there. The cover, hook of the leg, and a 1 count. That moment, though, that Alex Crowley took attention to the crowd, though, might have cost her there in that decision to try and wear the champion down even more. Now goozling her in the corner. And like I said, it's the first time ever a one-on-one encounter. The unfamiliarity might play in favor of the challenger, but as a champion, you gotta be prepared for all possible contenders. Yeah. Driving her short into the midsection of Red Velvet in the corner. And the champion in some trouble here. Red Velvet, though, going to the body, attacking the core, though, trying to break the grip and ripped down by her hair by Alex Crowley. There's a cover, hooking the far leg again, gets it 2.5. I also want to point this out because I talked about, again, the momentum of Red Velvet. I talked about her defenses earlier. This is less than 24 hours after successfully defending the title against STP's Trish Adora, who worked heavily over the midsection of Red Velvet. And I do wonder if Alex Crowley is aware of that. And Red Velvet has in the corner Grizzly Magnum lining up Crowley. And again. Now just driving her boot into the front and again stirring it up and stretching as far as she can. And right now, Red Velvet starting to feel it here, picking up momentum. Oh, man! Drop toe hold and goes face first, second turnbuckle. Now crying the cover, hook the far leg again and gets a 2 count. On the doorstep of making history here, it's Alex Crowley at Global Wars Canada. And I do love the fact that Alex Crowley is very composed here. Now hooking the leg. Fisherman suplex with a bridge. High angle too. Oh, that was beautifully close. Crowd starting to believe in Alex Crowley. Has Big Al chance running out here. And Big Al right now, very good showing so far. Just driving her form into Red Velvet in the ropes. And follow Red Velvet with the running uppercut. Snap Mayor sends out towards center. Now driving forward through the challenger. Short range lariat. Fire from Red Velvet starting to pick up here tonight. Up and over. Cazadora. Oh, into the Bulldog. Now it's Crowley might be a little bit rough there. And of course, we know when Red Velvet starts going, as Hazel learned, it's hard to stop her, looking to put her in the pass and drive her knees into the shoulder blades. Braced against the second rope, throat first. Oof. And Red Velvet here, looking for the standing moonsault, knees connects, cover, 2, kick out by Alex. I'm not able to kick out of that offense.
I want, like, you see the way, again, you see the athleticism in Crowley, you see the hard hitting that she's.
Oh! I saw that boot go for Red Velvet's chest, to your point. Damn!
Again, she has, in my opinion, she has that it factor.
Side suplex with the far leg and nearly won the title.
We did we did that. If I could start in any promotion, these are the wrestlers I signed.
Yeah, she was one of your key names there, and I can see why. Look at this boot literally driving it through Red Velvet's face.
Oh yeah, I feel like she's gonna be one of those stars that'll be a big deal.
It's probably could be a big deal here tonight. I'm about to say, watch the boom camera there. We are inside a gymnasium. Let's just be honest here. And Red Velvet hooking the arms for the iconic slam. Cover, 2, kick out by Alex Crowley, unable to hook both legs. And that might be the only saving grace there for the challenger.
I like how they're really giving them time to shine. This is
nice.
Wait,
hold that foot. Reverse by Crowley. 2 count as Red Velvet rolls her off. Crowley, the rolling elbow. Might be looking for that unilariat side headlock. Hooking up Red Velvet. And crash. Cover, 2 to check. Nearly got it. Right back and forth here, 2-year point, with both these women play all the stops. This is our first women's championship match of the night, by the way, might I add. That's Crowley right now. Might be finally looking for that alert. Oh, Red Velvet pushed her off with the boot. Kick, forearm. And again, Alex Crowley on the move. Oh, runs into a super kick. Staggered on her feet, though, still standing. Red Velvet up the ropes. Alex Crowley, the power, catching her. Alex Crowley is power on display. Oh! Swing out, power slam, 2, kick out. I am extremely impressed by Alex Crowley here.
Told you. She's got. I saw this match live. Again, remember we're doing this now, but
of course.
And this match. It was just like, she's got it.
I'm about to say, Tony Khan likes the women tall and strong. You look at Stoya Denali. You look at, of course, the newest member of the infantry. Oh, God. You look at Megan Bain, and that might be it. The final slides. Recipe for success as Red Velvet retains. Woo!
I told you, dude. Alice Crowley showed up. Big Al showed up.
She showed up, but she still got knocked the fuck out by that final slice, that spinning back heel kick as this match went into overdrive. Another great defense by Red Velvet, but a showcase performance for Alex Crowley and Maple Leaf Pro and ROH.
Yeah, man. Not much.
Boots.
The shots that she delivered, it was just
tremendous match by both, and a commendable effort by Alex Crowley in a first time ever one-on-one affair. Unfamiliarity aside, both these women came out and showed out tonight. Well done by Red Velvet. Still, Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion.
Mm-hmm. Now, again, Big Al
as we go,
she put a lot of people on notice at that match.
Speaking of putting people on notice, the age of the Virtuosa continues. We go backstage to the Ring of Honor Pure Champion, the Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo. As, of course, Deonna issued this open challenge, and Micheal Shaw, as I said, a very familiar face to Deonna, stepped up to the plate. But as I talked about before, she has never faced the Virtuosa under Pure rules. And that is a game that only Deonna Purrazzo knows and owns.
Yep. Shout out. You gotta shout. Deonna and Steve. They got a show coming out for first responders. Forgot the name. The name escapes me right now.
What do you think? Go ahead and look it up, man. What are you thinking?
Give me a sec. I will, because I do want to shout it out, because it is
Please.
a very good cause that they're doing it for.
Well, as you do that, coming up next, we get ready for 6-man tag team match. The Lethal Swirl takes on Evil Uno, Bhupinder, Gujjar, and Slickle Mike here in 6-man tag team action as you look that up.
So it is called the promotion. I think it's called Battle for the Brave Wrestling, and it's a wrestling showcase for heroes benefiting Tunnel to Towers. It's a great kind of
Awesome.
Tunnel to Towers Foundation is it's supporting America's first responders and military heroes. So definitely kind of giving them a shout out. Great kind of cause and reason why they're doing it.
I definitely commend you for doing that. Of course, I'm always about those that serve and, of course, bring honor. And, of course, this trio has been nothing but honor. But to think Jay Lethal, once the foundation, the face of the franchise, he literally was the man of honor in Ring of Honor. A student under Samoa Joe has now become this non-Neapolitan mix with the Lethal Swirl, with Vanilla Baby, Blake Christian, and Big Shotty Lee Johnson.
I am indifferent with the Swirl. Blake Christian is great. Yeah.
Well, it does seem like one of those things where you're not sure how to take it, but we did see Blake Christian hang with Will Ospreay recently on Dynamite, and Blake Christian has put his name out there where he wants to challenge Bandito for the Ring of Honor World Championship.
Bhupinder Gujjar.
I haven't heard that name since TNA, once voted the breakout star of TNA Wrestling, has been a standout here in Maple Leaf Pro, though. Joining the Dark Order. And speaking of standouts for Maple Leaf in Canada, one half of the Smash Brothers and the leader of the Dark Order, Evil Uno. You still remember the Dark Order, Nick?
I really wish the Dark Order had a run. I don't know.
How many times they challenged for gold is the real question.
I know. I just like.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. I've been watching this guy in Maple Leaf for a while. He's wild. He's strong. And he's a hell of a standout of the business. Say hello to Psycho Mike. 43 years of age. He's been involved in this game now for 19 years. He's been trained by Scott D'Amore and Harley Race and Giant Divine. The bearer of the body slam is what you get to know him as, Nick. And he's the current Smash Wrestling champion and the Super Kick D Kings of the 6IX Tag Team champion with the Body Slammers. How fitting of a tag team name with Slam Campbell.
I think in April there's two events that I'm gonna try to make. One event is for Barry Wrestling, and then the second event is actually for Smash Wrestling. They are doing their event at it's a bowling alley in Toronto. So if I get to go, I think if I get to go, it'd be great to kind of it'd be cool to see it.
I think that'd be pretty cool for you, man. I say take up the opportunity if you can. I've also seen Psycho Mike involved in promotion, of course, led by Evil Uno on commentary, mystery wrestling champion. Of course, that recently also, you never know what happens in that place. Of course, that's when the Bunny and Penelope Ford came back together in tag team action against the Hex. Bell Reigns are underway for this unique, and I do mean unique, 6-man contest. All right, first impressions, Nick. What do you think of Psycho Mike squared up against Jay Lethal?
He's a tall motherfucker. Hey, honey, you want to go watch bowling and wrestling in Toronto?
The side headlock applied here by Jay Lethal, and Psycho Mike sends him off into the ropes. Jay Lethal, as I talked about before, former Ring of Honor Pure Champion, Ring of Honor World Champion, student of Samoa Joe and Double J Jeff Jarrett, as he does the Fargo Strut That ain't great. And Ric Flair in person, if you remember that segment from TNA Wrestling.
Yeah, the good old days where TNA was actually enjoyable to watch.
Okay, first off, we're not like that. Secondly, it's different. It still holds true to what TNA is about to a degree from the letter standpoint, but it definitely is not a TNA that TNA people who watched over the years definitely recognize as now it's become more of a WWE Temu farm. But nonetheless, it still has some good stuff. If nothing else, Rosemary and the Bunny campaign has been very exciting to watch. As we just saw the Pledge go to the Undead Realm, and hold that thought, Nick. I think Psycho Mike is ready to give us a body slam. Like the crowd's asking for it.
Oh, they are. Body slap. Body slap. I wonder how many people from Detroit came over to watch this show live.
I mean, it's probably not too far away.
No, Windsor and Detroit are kind of side like that's where the border is.
No body slam. It's like not getting the Kokeshi. No happy. Now, Jay Lethal on the run, and Psycho Mike, whoop, but Christian missed. Lee Johnson, though, also missed. Psycho Mike still on the run here right now. Good grief. As Psycho Mike outsmarting Lethal Swirl, breaks through that banner, and it's still on the chance against Lethal. Now Lethal back inside the ring, the drop down, and Psycho Mike catching Lethal. We're going to get body slam it all. The Swirl saves Lethal for the time being. Damn it. And Psycho Mike's like, what the hell? Come on, man. Take the body slam.
Yeah, don't be a little bitch.
Give the people what they want.
You got to give the people what they want.
And Psycho Mike, who shared the ring with PCO, Michael Nakazawa, Simon Miller, Sheldon Jean, Bryce Hanson, Branks, and Tyler Breeze, just recently across Smash and Mystery Wrestling, has just defended his Smash Wrestling Championship successfully against, hey, you recognize this name? Eric Young.
Great guy, that Eric Young guy.
You know, just someone that's a standout from Canada and a TNA original that has lived or died 6 or 7 times and has pretty much won every title in that company at least once, you know, but who's counting?
Like, I remember the days when we were talking about TNA before, and I know we're kind of going off.
Whoa!
I remember those days where it was like main event mafia. I remember when Sting was wrestling.
The Super Elite. Keep going. Team Canada.
Yeah, I remember. What else do I remember about TNA?
Leapfrog, drop down, as you keep thinking, drop kick! Oh! Continue.
I remember TNA when Kurt Angle just came in. Like, that entrance was sick. It's so much different now, right? And I guess it's a product of the time, right?
Yes.
So, I find it hilarious that, and I mean, Shoddy, Lee Johnson is great. I mean, he's doing his shtick.
Oh my gosh, that was a hard Irish whip. Continue.
But I find it hilarious. I find it like crazy where he's positioned on the card and where Julia is positioned on the card.
And it's accurate here. Good combination here. Logan, Bhupinder, Gujjar, and the trio of Will and Blake Christian. Tiger Fang Kitchens, grazing evil Uno. Hesitation dropped by Larry Johnson. And a moves off the second by Blake Christian. And the Swirl in control.
Yeah, I mean, I hope. Are you okay? I hope the Dark Order can become a thing sooner and kind of the natural progression of the Dark Order should be -1 being the leader. And if the Dark Order is not in a prominent position on television, it'll never work. And it's kind of upsetting because Evil Uno and Stu Grayson are amazing. I know Stu's not there anymore, but like, God,
and now Jay Lethal up front face slot to Bhupinder Gujjar. The thing about Jay Lethal, though, as much as people might want to, write him off, again, he truly defined Ring of Honor. He was literally their lifeline for a period of years. Going for the suplex reversal, knife edge chop by Bhupinder Gujjar. Now the Irish whip. Lethal, though, able to scout it. Now goes underneath, pumping a release into the DDT.
Yeah, I mean, Jay says he's a vet, right? Like
he knows the fundamentals like the back of his hand. Just call it what it is.
He's just a vet. Like he's one of those reliable, no pun intended, reliable guys on the roster that you can get a good match out of, right?
And then he's also a guy that could definitely teach Blake Christian Lee Johnson a thing or two about how to get ahead in this business, whether by hook or by crook. So again, I do think this only benefits Lee and Blake more than anything. That double split leg, make a wish snapmare there did not benefit Bhupinder Gujjar.
Yeah, I mean, they're learning. They have to be learning a lot from Jay.
Without that.
It just makes Lee and Christian better.
And the Swirl was able to look at the stretch. Gujjar out again. Kept it with a double super kick after even when the second Mike does the cheap shot covered by Blake Christian gets a 2 count.
But they couldn't call him anything other than the Swirl.
Well, why don't you go ahead and try and find a better name for this duo? Because at the end of the day, Chocolate and Vanilla, that's a Swirl in my opinion. And we've also seen both men's dynamic style work seamlessly. Now jumping forward for the tap. Him to Gujjar denied though. Blake Christian back elbow straight. Now Gujjar finding out enemy's territory. Blake's it up and over. Lands on the floor. Lethal catching the legs. Gujjar floats between the ropes. Catching with the elbow. And Gujjar again fighting for a new reprieve up to the top rope. Big cross body.
I know you can call him instead of Swirl. Generation Us.
Generation Us. I mean, if they want to make this generation theirs, then a win tonight would definitely help, man. Tammy to lead, Tammy to Uno. Talk about tag team specials. Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, Smash Brothers, former tag team champions, of course, here in Canada. And Evil Uno on the run. Good grief.
And that's what I mean. Like, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson are so good. They were part, like, it's crazy how they don't have a bigger presence on AEW television.
Yeah, look at the presence Evil Uno's presenting here. Right now, I think he's running out of cardio, though, Nick. Good grief. Talk about a hot start. Oh, and back on the attack again. It's Evil Uno. These clotheslines might run forever. Now looking for the front face lock. Bulldog clothesline combination. Evil Uno, one-man wrecking crew here.
Mm-hmm.
Big opportunity here for Evil Uno tonight. Uno hooking up Lee. Blake Christian out the back door, coming to his aid. Oh, kick to the midsection. Boot, sidestep. Oh, into the DDT. Seamless sequence by Evil Uno. But Lee Johnson's still legal. Front face lock. Hoist it up. Oh, my gosh. Shoulder breaker. Cover hook the far leg. Lethal with the save. Wow. And tap made to Jay Lethal. And again, we're still looking for the buyer of the body slam getting involved here and body slamming some people. Back elbow strike. And Evil looking for the tag to cycle Mike. Suplex, standing switch exchange here by Lethal and Uno. Back elbow strike.
If Windsor wasn't far from me, I would have went to the show.
I'm about to say, wait a minute, the referee. Oh! There's a net breaker. Impromptu assist by the official. I mean, how many times have you seen that of Evil's playbook? We're just saying. Evil now with a big moment here to make the tag to Psycho Mike. And tag made to Mike. Psycho Mike in, hoisting up Blake Christian for the body slam. And Lethal gets one. And a buffet of body slams here in Windsor. And Psycho Mike on Blake Christian, on Jay Lethal, stucking him up like cornwood. And now hoisting up Blake Christian again. And another body slam, this time on his own Swirl partner. They have 6 body slams in a row, if I counted correctly. Psycho Mike right now, put in this match in favor of his team. Look at the wide eyes. The eyes tell the story, Nick. It's a wide eye stare. Wait a minute. What's Psycho Mike thinking here? Wait a minute. Oh!
Okay.
That body slammed to the floor on the outside on his entire team. Now, Psycho, wait, is he freaking? No, he is not freaking with his size. There is no way. Psycho Mike picking up momentum for their side of the ring.
Okay. All right.
And the dive over the top rope to the outside by Psycho Mike, wiping out the Swirl tonight. Now bringing in Jay Lethal, who is still legal.
Is he gonna body slam Jay Lethal?
Well, I mean, he already did, but why not? One more time might be all he needs. Hoisting up Jay Lethal. Again, skips out of the back door. Waistline. Uh-oh! Psycho Mike and an Evil Uno up in the fireman's carry. But Kinder Gunter, though, at the top rope. But Gunter miscommunication, cross body his own tag partner. Blake Christian now in the fray. Steady switching chains by Gunter and Blake Christian. Oh, jumping knee. Blocking Blake. And Jay Lethal looking for the Lethal. And action on Gunter.
Jesus,
the move that has carried him to so many Ring of Honor World Championships.
Well, look who's behind him.
Something out of a horror movie here. Take a freeze frame if you want, folks. This is the moment where Jay Lethal knows he was officially fucked.
I love how he's like,
who wants to see another body slam? And now hosted up on the shirt. Oh, the ring of the eyes. And again, not letting it happen. Super kick by Lee. Spinning solo by Blake. Rising knee. Jumping knee. Combination by the Swirl in synergy. Hoisting him up. Face plant. Oh, man. Running side knee strike. Seamless sequence here by the Lethal Swirl. Up in the fireman's carry. Blake Christian and Lee Johnson. Double stomp. Death Valley drivers. McCauley float over. Into the elbow drop on the top rope. Covered by Lethal. A lethal combination for the win in the end for the Lethal Swirl. Damn. I mean, once the Lethal Swirl got going, Nick, there was no stopping them there.
No, they that last kind of sequence, that was actually really on point.
Yeah, take a look at the replay here, though. Great action here in the six-man tag. And, I mean, we got a fair share of body slams. It just wasn't a body slam to success, but Psycho Mike went for broke, as expected. But again, it's McCauley driver off the double stomp into Hell of the King, top rope elbow drop. Ooh, yeah. And Jay Lethal gets the win for the Lethal Swirl tonight. You might be looking at future Ring of our six-man tag team champions with a sequence like that.
I know it'd be tough to take him off STP.
Again, ROH's best showing out here tonight at Global Wars Canada. Well, that was a hot freaking six-man tag. As we get ready now to go to a fundamental, you talked about fundamentals earlier. Here is the fundamental art form of Ring of Honor, Pure Rules. As Michelle Shaw calls Deonna Purrazzo, technically perfect, as I always call her, the magnificence in technical execution. Michelle Shaw and Deonna Purrazzo have fought over the TNA Knockouts World Championship in a bygone era. They have shared the ring on 13 other occasions in some capacity. Their last singles match was at BCW's 30th anniversary back in 2023. Their first ever matchup was over the AAA Reina de Reinas Championship and Ring of Honor Women's World Championship in a triple threat in 2022. And of course, we know Michelle Shaw won the Maple Leaf Pro Women's World Championship against Kylie Ray to become the inaugural MLP Women's Champion. As Deonna Purrazzo is Class 1 Women of Honor, bringing pure fundamentals forward in the Virtuosa's era as the Ring of Honor inaugural, to add, Ring of Honor Women's Pure Champion. This was one of my top 3 matches I've been waiting to see tonight. Long may she fucking reign. Let the quintessential diva takes the spotlight. Michelle Shaw, Deonna Purrazzo, Ring of Honor Women's Pure Championship. This is going to be a pure classic.
This will be a really interesting matchup.
And again, Nick, the MLP Women's Canadian Championship is not on the line, and Giselle Shaw has never faced Deonna Purrazzo under pure rules. For those that don't know what the rules are, allow me to educate you. Each wrestler has 3 rope breaks to stop submission holds and pinfalls. After a wrestler exhausts her rope breaks, submission and pin attempts on or under the ropes by the opponent are considered legal. There are no closed fist punches to the face at all permitted. The first one gives you a warning. The second one leads to disqualification. Open-handed slaps and chops to the face are permitted. Punches to the rest of the body are allowed, of course, excluding low blows. The title can change hands via pinfall, submission, disqualification, or countout. And if this goes to the time limit, it will be declared by decision by a panel of judges. Our judges tonight will be D'Lo Brown, Jimmy Jacobs, you all remember that name from a bygone era, and of course, Jonathan Cruz. As there you see them right there. Deonna Purrazzo, who has now been the Ring of Honor Women's Pure Champion now for 120 days. This will be her 3rd defense tonight after beating Trish Adora and Billy Starks, as she has been the inaugural Women of Honor Pure Champion since winning this title at Final Battle.
Yes.
Here we go, Nick.
Both ladies, are the epitome of professionals.
And here's your epitome of Canadian excellence, your MLP Women's World Champion, the quintessential diva, Giselle Shaw. She is also currently the Destiny Women's Champion. She has held that title, the MLP Women's title now, for, get this, 329 days across 6 defenses, including against the likes of Robin Renegade, Brooke Havoc, Priscilla Kelly, Shotzi Blackheart, and of course, Kylie Ray in a rematch.
Dude, I wish, listen.
What's on your mind, man? Speak.
I love my wife. Love my wife. I really wish we got to see more. And I get it. If you want to see her, you can go on Honor Club and stuff. I really wish we saw more of Deonna on AEW proper. I wish the Vendetta was a thing.
Never say never, but to your point, the Virtuosa is now defining her own era in Honor, purely.
Yeah, but dude, imagine a tag team title run with Giselle and Deonna,
Oh, I completely agree. You already know how much I endure the former face of TNA, led an era, the era of the Virtuosa, former multiple-time TNA Knockouts World Champion, Triple A Reina de Reinas Champion, Women of Honor World Champion, the Virtuosa, 31 years of age, 12 years involved in this game, trained by Rick Rogers, and we all know you don't mess with a girl from New Jersey, who is also heavily educated, of course, and is a history major.
And again, it's so weird why we don't see, and that's one thing with Tony I don't understand. Why can, we see Blake Christian, we see Bandito, why can't we see Deonna more on AEW television? Why can't we see more of Athena on AEW television? What is going on back there? What is his mindset that we can see some, but we can't see the other?
Well, we'll never know. And at the end of the day, there's never enough spots in this business for everybody, but at least there's always a spot to try and showcase. And at the end of the day, as long as they're booked, being paid, and we're seeing them for their incredible wrestling acumen on some stage, that's all that matters to me. As we also saw Deonna Purrazzo recently in House of Glory against Anthony Hartwell. There you see, by the way, the score time cut at the bottom, both their rope breaks, and this match has a 60-minute time limit. Again, this is the first time ever, though, that Giselle Shaw is clashing with Deonna Purrazzo under pure rules.
Yeah, it's cool to see Giselle. I really like her work, even when she was at TNA.
Again, at one point, I thought Giselle Shaw was a first ballot candidate to get the TNA Knockouts World Championship. It would be a far better candidate than the current. Nope, not going there. I am going to be pure as much as this match is. I'm fine. No, I'm fine. I'm in a good mood. I'm covering a company I care about. I'm covering wrestlers I care about. I'm covering wrestling that defines me as a fan. I'm perfectly fine, bruv. Stiff con outside up here again. The standing waist lock applied here again. Like I said, the last time these two shared a ring together was 2023 as a tag team against Jordan Grace and Trinity at Final Resolution 2023. Deonna immediately working the legs and the neck of Giselle Shaw. Almost a modified bow and arrow here of sorts with her back press against the lower spine of Giselle. And the beauty of pure wrestling, which I feel is an underappreciated art, today, is that it literally is human chess. It is about breaking down your opponent, finding a vulnerability, and exploiting it. It is purely strategy, as we got a little curtsy there by Giselle Shaw, trying to keep things classy. Of course, we know that Giselle Shaw is fundamental in the Fujiwara armbar, and if need be, a move that has yet to be escaped or reversed, Nick, the Venus de Milo, the double Fujiwara armbar.
Yes.
That headlock applied.
The arsenal that Deonna has, this style of match does suit her. Again, it's just, I wish we got to see more of her on fucking AEW. Like,
grabbing the arm.
You know?
Well, to your point, I think there's very few people that know the technical fundamentals more than the virtuous Deonna Purrazzo. Maybe Serena Deeb, maybe Natty, but honestly, outside those, I dare someone else to name a more technically proficient female wrestler right now than Deonna. Immediately going for the armbar, and Giselle Shaw has used her first rope break.
I would love to see Giselle get a bigger showing, like another run with a major company.
It'd be cool to see her in AEW, I think. I mean, obviously,
right now she's the face of MLP, but at the end of the day, this is about Giselle Shaw's MLP championship. This is about Deonna Purrazzo bringing upon a pure championship.
Yeah. Just seeing Giselle in a major company, I think would be a great sight to see. Not to say MLP is it, not to say it's not. I'm just.
No, I get you. I get you when it comes to the outlook of the business as far as the scope goes, and you want to see these incredible athletes on the grandest stages of them all represented by the art they bring in the ring versus some poor character development. Kick to the midsection there by Giselle Shaw. Toe kick, by the way.
I could go on a 2-hour just podcast.
Oof.
I think me and you could do a 2-hour podcast of just talking about
women's
AEW,
wrestling.
AEW and the things they want to do, the things they should do. We could do a whole episode on that on the
state of AEW and ROH presented by Nick Ferrantes in collaboration with Simba Studios with co-host Noah Foster. Book it today, Madman JJ. I hope he didn't hear that, but honestly, I'm for it because anytime I can talk more about AEW, ROH, women's wrestling, or wrestling in general, you know you got me on board, especially when it's not about dollar signs and fucking reality character development where wrestling is like a movie versus competitive sport. Anyway, I'm fine. I'm in pure form, like I said. And right now, Giselle Shaw in control, cover up the far leg, gets a 1 count after working. You see right now, Deonna Purrazzo favoring her left forearm here. Now the hammerlock being applied by Giselle Shaw. And of course, Giselle neutralizes the upper body strength and the arms of Deonna Purrazzo. That makes the Fujiwara armbar less effective, literally removing one of the greatest weapons from the Virtuoso's arsenal.
Yep. And then, to go back to what we were saying, shout out for Deonna and Steve, starting Battle for the Brave Wrestling.
Cover 2, count only. A great card, by the way, too, including amazing red.
Yeah, and again, it's a wrestling showcase for heroes benefiting Tunnel to Towers. And then again, if you didn't know what Tunnel to Towers were, it's a foundation supporting America's first responders and military heroes. It's I'm Canadian, so I don't really.
Of course.
With us here, that's not really a thing, but I have family in America, and I know that you always want to show respect for those that.
Of course.
Man, fought, right?
The knee across the arm there. Micheal Shaw is actually starting to pick up here. Wow, God, both women collide hard in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, so I mean, if you are, there as of 3 days ago, there are limited tickets remaining. So definitely, if you are in the area at Rahway, New Jersey, June 6th, definitely if you're in that area, the card that they have is just stacked right now. So definitely, give them a follow, give them a look out. And then again, if you're in the area and you haven't bought your tickets, go out and support a great cause like that.
Puts the midsection, rising knee strike. You see Deonna clutching her left arm, inside Russian leg sweep, float over, beautiful sequence, and the Fujiwara armbar again. And Sheldon in the ring, there's no escape with reversal, shoulders down, and a 2 count.
But if you notice, Deonna, she had to let go because of her arm.
Exactly, as she's clutching that left arm to the inside of her body. Cover now, lateral press of that clothesline gets a 2 count. And to your point, that last Fujiwara, it was almost a hammerlock variation, which helped alleviate some of the hyperextended pressure that allowed Micheal Shaw to roll Deonna for a near fall cover. As right now, Deonna Purrazzo is 11-0 under pure rules. And right now, might be looking for the Queen's Gambit, Gotch-style pile driver. You see Micheal Shaw with leverage, though, dropping to her knees, preventing the lift. And again, a massive uppercut to that left arm. Great strategy employed here by the MLP Women's Champion. Now looking for a Fujiwara of her own. Again, though, Deonna able to rope through to Micheal. Maintaining control, though, of the arm, though. And right now, Micheal trying to trap the arm of the Virtuosa here. Deonna Purrazzo trying to rub her. Oh, man!
Everybody is like, okay, so the reason why I'm very like, this is not, I am not like the pure rules. Like this kind of match doesn't do it for me. Just because I'm not used to it.
That's fair. Tristan draping, elevated, DDT of the leg, and a 2.5 for Micheal Shaw.
Not to say that this match, there's anything wrong with the match right now. It just, a match like this doesn't do it for me. So
it's because it's just technically proficient. It's not about hitting each other hard. It's about outsmarting one another and bringing down the body. And look at Micheal Shaw going for her own Fujiwara armbar. And it's forcing Deonna to use her first rope break. Very rare I see Deonna use a rope break.
Oh, little Ronda Rousey shout out, I see. Okay.
Well, Marinello's going to be calling that fight and will be calling against Sumo Studios in May. By the way, you can go to Ronda Rousey's YouTube channel and look at an exclusive behind the scenes ahead of the face-off with Gigi. Swing and a miss by Deonna. The full Nelson applied. Back elbow strike by Micheal Shaw. Again, for me, as a fan of chess, I love this simplistic form of human chess. And right now, both women trapped in a wrist lock here.
Like, they're really laying in their shit, which is nice to see.
Well, it's that familiarity, like I also said, as well as these two, again, have been at each other's points of their own impactful careers since TNA Impact Wrestling in 2022.
Yeah. Like, it's definitely...
And last time these two went one-on-one, Micheal Shaw, she was the winner. In fact, they've only had 3 other one-on-one encounters. The record stands 2-1 in favor of the quintessential diva. But like I said, this is Deonna's art form. Full Nelson applied, though, and and a backbreaker. Shock it all! Shock it all! Shoots the half, cover, but the third leg. Oh, kick out at 2 by Deonna Purrazzo. Wow. Incredible transition by Micheal Shaw, nearly winning with her finisher, the shock and awe, the backbreaker, face breaker follow-up. And near pinfall here, Nick. Some signs of frustration here being seen by Micheal. Now goes for the cover again. It's a 2 count. Matchbook cover, high stack. It's a 2 count again. Deonna, though, immediately trapping the arm, though, going back to Fujiwara.
So... is the match over? The match is over by pinfall, right? But
pinfall, submission, count out, disqualification, or the clock runs out, and then it's by judge's decision. And Deonna, though, might be looking to trap both arms here as Micheal, or to use the second rope break.
So they have to eliminate the rope breaks before they can make a pin.
No,
Like,
but
okay.
no, but again, the beauty of this type of match, if you do eliminate the 3 rope breaks, pin and submissions inside the ropes are considered legal. There's no escape unless the opponent finds a way out on their own merit.
Gotcha. Yeah, like
wait a
again,
minute.
like
Jackknife cover too. Oh, Purrazzo kicks out, gets to the midsection there, and Deonna again. Pile driver.
wow.
Just driving Giselle down to the cover, back press, hook the near leg, and Giselle has used her final rope break.
So now that's it. Even if she's in a submission hold, even if she tries to go for a rope break, it doesn't matter.
That's right. And you can talk to countless others in the world of pure wrestling from the men's division. Lee Moriarty, Nigel McGuinness, Jay Lethal, Wheeler Yuta, Josh Woods, you name it. Pure Rules have benefited those far and above if they're in the driver's seat against their opponent if their opponent has no rope breaks, old or new school rules. Of course, Lee Moriarty, the longest reigning Revara Pure champion now in this company's history, beating the former bearer of that title, the Standard, Nigel McGuinness, under both Pure old and new rules. First kick by Giselle Shaw. Now hoisting up Deonna up in the fireman's carry. Micheal driver hasn't done the damn too. No. Oh, wait a minute. Now going to the Fujiwara armbar. Imagine if Giselle Shaw beats Deonna by her own move. And right now, Giselle Shaw. Now Purrazzo may be forced to use another rope break. And that goes again back to the familiarity of these two incredible athletes, one another with each other, despite the fact Giselle Shaw has never wrestled a Pure Rules match before. This is right now the longest Pure Rules match in the Virtuosa's Pure run as champion, by the way. Looking for the denouement, that knee strike, roll up, schoolgirl cover for a 2 count. Still maintaining wrist control, swinging a miss, full Nelson, looking for another possible submission here, taken down. Giselle Shaw, the foot rubber applied again.
And now there's nowhere to run.
Exactly, but she can reverse the pressure. Shoulders down. And again, look at Deonna, though, maintaining hold and control. Now trying to break the grip. And now the Fujiwara fully applied here. And again, like you talked about before, trying to butt the fingers here, trying to find any sort of escape. And again, Deonna knows that she has no more rope breaks, still maintaining full control of the left arm. Now driving her elbow in the side of Giselle's head. And uh-oh. And Deonna Purrazzo grabbing the other arm, possibly looking for, oh no, this is bad if she gets both. Finish Tomorrow! Finish Tomorrow! Confirms tracks!
No, she's saying no,
And that's it! That is it! Deonna Purrazzo wins again!
Good match.
A masterpiece, pure classic by the Virtuosa with the Venus de Milo double Fujiwara armbar for the retainment. Near the 15-minute mark.
That was crazy.
To this day, Nick, no one has been able to escape the Venus de Milo without a rope break. And it goes back to the adaptability of the Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo. Take a look back at some of the action here. Again, it may not be in your taste, but it definitely did get physical, and you can see how driven both these competitors were to win. Again, shock and all right there. I thought Micheal nearly had her. But a series of gator rolls and counters by Deonna Purrazzo, maintaining control over the left arm and knowing there were no rope breaks left, trapping Quintessential Diva's arms, both in the process. The Venus de Milo, no escape with that hyperextension on both shoulders, and she had to verbally submit. Well done to the Virtuosa, still the inaugural Ring of Honor Women's Pure Champion. Long may she fucking reign. Good grief. I'm still waiting for Serena Deeb to step up, by the way, to the plate. Where the hell is the professor?
If
I can't get Natty, give me Deeb, damn it. That was so good.
And
Go
this
ahead,
is
Nick.
what, and this is why I said, like, yo, give me more. Like, you can't tell me that she's not allowed to be on AEW. Mixing it up in that, mixing it up in the TBS title scene Or even again being a tag team with her best friend that we're waiting for her to return, Mrs. DMD, or even bringing in somebody like Giselle. Like,
Right?
oh man, Deonna can have such a greater presence on AEW proper. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, game effort, though, by a very familiar and formidable foe.
Female ref.
All right. Now we got moments to breathe.
I've never seen a female ref in men's sports.
Yes, there's female refs, female coaches now. Sorry, I got the.
You're educating the misses. You're educating the misses. I'd love to see that and hear that.
I got the Toronto Raptors versus the Memphis Grizzlies on the telly.
How's that going so far for you all?
Toronto is winning. I think hockey doesn't. I think basketball is the only sport right. Oh, football.
FUTBOL, or are we talking about American football?
Which football?
We are talking the Seattle Seahawks and it's Super Bowl and actually football. Not football. Football.
American football.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And again, if you want to hear more about American football, you can check it out on Statboy Sports Bar. Statboy approved, and they cover, of course, all those forms of sports: football, NASCAR. Maybe they'll do the other football at some point soon. Stay tuned, as Nick has been in the sports bar and the commentary booth once in a while as well. As Ring of Honor, MLP Global Wars Canada continues, time for the PWA Champions Grail defense as Rohan Rada defends against Stu Grayson.
Yes, so I completely forgot because I am a jerk. So I apologize.
I wouldn't call yourself a jerk. I would just call yourself forgetful at times. But what did you forget, man?
Well, I forgot that this show was before
Uprising.
I
know you did. I know you did. And I don't hold it against you because it's a retro. We're not used to doing this, but also botch.
Yes. I know. And cat's out of the bag. Stu Grayson is the interim Canadian heavyweight champion.
And again, if you want to hear Nick spoil more Uprising, or you actually want to see us cover Uprising, let us know in the chat because I'm having fun covering Canadian wrestling here tonight with Nick. This has been a very entertaining and very fun show.
Listen, if the missus allows me to be on, I will cover anything. I love.
I do not tell you.
No, you don't. You don't. No. I'm saying
a conflict here.
No.
Here's you.
As here comes the ravenous Rohan Raja, the current bearer of the PWA Champions Grail.
Yeah, man. If there's any network or any like
y'all's manager,
IWTV or anybody in the sphere that want to sponsor the Simply Reliable Studios, sponsor us.
I can be y'all's manager.
Rohan Raja with Aurora Tibbetts. We saw her earlier in the dark matches in action.
Big girl. Oh, he's such a big girl with the big jumps. Oh, that's such a big girl.
Rohan Raja, by the way, is the inaugural PWA Champions Grail champion. He has held this title now for 532 days. This will be his 13th defense. He has defended against Gujjar, Swann, Robbie Eagles, Psycho Mike, and even Moose and Tommy Billington, and Rhino most recently during his run.
You're absolutely right, sir.
Is no one commenting on how beautiful your daughter is?
My daughter is very beautiful. She is now
a
YouTube pup.
PWA champions
Grail gear. Come here.
So now okay, so I feel like such a bad Canadian right now. What title does which promotion does this title belong to?
The PWA Champions Grail, it belongs to Maple Leaf Pro, Oceania Pro, and Kota Pro Wrestling. It is a tri-company interpromotional championship, and Rohan Raja has been the inaugural champion of this title since October 2024. By the way, oh man! What the fuck?
Okay,
Right into the new cover too! Damn, it was nearly over right there! Out of the box!
Damn, Stu.
Well, how far have Stu Grayson been to try and win a championship with the Lope Suicida? Good grief, calls himself the best wrestler in Canada and now going to prove a point. I guess he's more ravenous than the champion here. Damn. What an aggressive start. That was faster than Drew McIntyre against Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania 40. Nearly won it right there. Getting it 2 and 9 attempts before I could even get a breath.
Jesus.
As I was saying, Jesus, indeed. And right now, Stu Grayson staying on the tag. You talk about again how great the Dark Order were as a tag team, a trio, the duo. Of course, we talk about the Smash Brothers. This is Evil Uno's friend and tag team partner. Logging the boot right now, and Rohan Raja, as I talked about earlier. Run, and most of his runs, of course, have involved the involvement of Aurora Tieves to preserve the Grail. Rising knee, take over Frankenstein, or Haragrana, by Stu Grayson, who has not let up since the bell rung. I don't think Rohan Raja even knows where he is right now to get in that shot to the face. Fireman's carry. Maybe looking for Nightfall. Oh, big elbow strike. Of course, Nightfall, Stu Grayson's finisher, drop kick. Beautiful drop kick there by Stu Grayson. One of the better drop kicks I've seen lately in professional wrestling business. Stu Grayson, 37 years of age, 20 years involved in the game, trained by Michael Von Payton. Bit of a high flyer, hybrid style by this guy. Bit reckless at times, if I say so myself. Slingshot. Oh!
Ooh.
On the outside, braced against the apron. And again, you cannot let Aurora Tieves distract you. Aurora Tieves shocked so far by what she's seen as she picks the ankle. Stu Grayson behind the referee, trying to give Rohan Raja an advantage. Gets caught with a rising knee straight between the ropes, though. Slingshot up and over. Blocks the shot. Is not allowing Rohan to get any offense. And Rohan Raja, 34 years of age, folks. 10 years involved in the game. Trained out of Storm Wrestling Academy by Lance Storm.
Big chop. Big chop.
Another big, proud Canadian name, of course. Irish whip. Up and over. Raja hoisted up and a backdrop driver. Big back suplex there by Stu Grayson. Stu Grayson's one of those that can catch you at any suplex, like Roderick Strong can catch you at a backbreaker at any time, it seems like. And Stu Grayson, like I said, former Mystery Wrestling World Champion, C4 Tag Team Champion alongside Thomas Dubois, two-time Tag Team Champion as the Super Smash Brothers for Royal Canadian and NSPW. Oh, God! Oh, man!
Ooh. Terrible.
He knocked Grayson off the top to your point, and he literally hit the apron and the floor hard on the way down and throat first across the top rope. Just a nasty landing in general. Aurora Tieves watching on in approval. Of course, the PWA Champions Grail cannot change hands via countout, but a countout will allow Rohan Raja to retain. Raja now back in the driver's seat. I never heard of this title before this, so I'm actually very curious to learn more about the lunacy of this championship. And the fact that Rohan Raja has had it this long, as defended in and out of 3+ different promotions, that's impressive regardless whether he's been heel or face. And clearly, this guy works dirty. Vicious backstabber. Now goes in the cover, hook the far leg. It's a 2 count.
2 count. Yeah, like I said, this championship, I've never seen it, never heard of it, so it's interesting to see.
He's defended out of Dungeon Wrestling, BCW, Maple Leaf Pro, and Top Tier Wrestling during his run. First won this title from Jake Something at Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, Forge and Excellence. Jake Doyle, get well soon. I'm not a fan of the last name change. I'm going to be honest with you.
What, you don't like Jake Doyle?
He just doesn't sound as fun as saying something, you know?
You always want to say something.
He's the anomaly of the business. That is something. That's the definition of something. Go look it up in the Oxford Dictionary or Canadian Dictionary. Actually, I don't know if both are the same. Oh, face first goes Stu Grayson in the second turnbuckle. And now just driving his knee in the back of the head and throat of Stu Grayson. Literally taking out all momentum from the challenger.
Now, maybe they'll do something tonight. I'm not sure, but it would have been really cool if they had, like, AEW does their post-show media scrums. It'd be really cool to see if they'd have a post-show media scrum after this show.
I think that'd be kind of an interesting idea, Irish Whip. But like we talked about, though, this isn't on demand. This is like, like live for the first time. Unlike Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, that we will be covering, of course, next month, folks. State of more of that, and the return of the ROH League. And whether it's me or Nick or Ash or Walter, we will be bringing you back coverage of Ring of Honor. And of course, we are at St. Clair College here, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, one of the many homes of Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, in conjunction with Ring of Honor for this Global Wars special. We've had Global Wars now through MPX, Australia, Mexico, and of course, the United Kingdom. Watch God exploding out of the corner with that running clothesline. Good grief. How about just thinking on the fly and just throwing yourself into your opponent? Try to turn the tides of this.
Which is why I said it's shitty how we did not have a Evil Uno and Stu Grayson tag team title run.
Well,
So
to be fair, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, we're going to crown inaugural Maple Leaf Pro Tag Team Champions. Who's to say that can't happen? Roger, though, trying to push the referee into the way, and Rohan taking advantage, ripping Stu out of the corner. And again, back first across the top turnbuckle, across the shoulder blades, jumping forearm. Might have been the KO shot needed. Floats in the cover, hook on the near leg. Gets a 2 count. It's been a hell of a competitive night, by the way, too.
Yeah, they've definitely all showed up, ready to work.
And we talked about, again, how Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling talked about their forge and excellence. We talked about Ring of Honor and the fundamentals of that company, though. And Rohan Raja instigating Stu Grayson. I'm not sure how smart that is. And the fact that Rohan Raja has had this title for over 500 days, I can understand the confidence of the champion. As I said, this is his 12th defense of the freaking championship. Wow.
Stu, there it is.
And big forearms and Stu right now trying to bring the fire back to Rohan Raja, trying to rock the champion. Open palm strike.
Ooh.
Lining up Rohan Raja. Looking to become a champion in Canada, home turf, a singles champion, might I add. Whoa, nice escape. Overhead Pele.
Wow.
Wipes out Rohan Raja, but unable to capitalize. And again, look at Aurora Tebas on the outside, almost losing split ends, it seems, Nick.
She's going crazy. I wonder
There
why
might be a sense of desperation.
Yeah, that too.
The PWA champions Grail in Stu Grayson's sights, brother. And I say that with a Hulk Hogan impersonator at ringside. Big forearm strike there. Oh, big shot by Stu Grayson, calling himself the best wrestler out of Canada.
Everyone who had
Oh, God.
Can't eat me on Fridays because it's a sin. That's rude.
And right now, Stu Grayson and Rohan Raja meeting in the middle of the ring. Both men colliding here. Neither man letting up an inch here. And again, both men collide. Look at the fire. Both men's eyes as Stu gets the bear of the exchange. And Stu Grayson right now building a comeback.
You know what's unfortunate we haven't seen yet?
Oh, God. What?
We haven't seen anybody do a blue thunder bomb.
I mean, again, the night's still young. We got a lot more action left. And again, Canadian staple. Oh, jeez. Belly to belly overhead suplex by Stu Grayson. And right now, looks like Rohan's going for the right again. Belly to belly overhead suplex, Suplex City, Canadian province. And the crowd apparently, Duplex City. All right, I see what they did there. Looking for the trifecta, and Rohan. Oh, man, nothing he can do but take it. Overhead belly to belly is perfectly executed here by Stu Grayson. And Stu right now might be on the doorstep of claiming the PWA Champions Grail. Looking to become the Holy Grail of Canada and Maple Leaf Pro. Wants to see it one more time. The audience does. Rohan says no. And Rohan right now caught by Stu. Stu going up to the top rope. Oh! Beautifully done with that tornado DDT. Now off the second with the springboard. Moonsault, but hits the knees. Right into the gut. You're a Nagi. Flatliner, excuse me. You're not into a flatliner. That's innovative. Off the second rope again. Full-on moonsault perfectly connects. Cover now for the win. Kick out at 2 by Rohan Raja. Wow. The championship fortitude on full display here by the defending champion as much by the challenger. Driven physical bout here. Probably the most physical bout here tonight so far at Global Wars. And right now, Stu Grayson still might be looking for the nightfall. Ortiz literally screaming as a warning to Rohan as Rohan holds on to the second rope, holding on to the rope for dear life. And, oh, man, Stu Grayson trying to break the grip. Grayson hoisting up Rohan up the shoulders. Rohan able to escape. Woo! Almost miscreated by the referee. Now follow up again. And, oh, man! Covered, swing and slam! A Boston head slam for a 2 count. Going for the submission now. Possibly looking for maybe a Rings of Saturn. And again, Stu able to reverse. Hook in the near leg. And nearly claimed the Grail there. Pop up. Power bomb! Shout to Kevin Steen! Cover 2! No! Nearly became champion there. Shout out to another Canadian great. Lost the pop-up power, lost to Tom Latimer, of course, with the pop-up power bomb when he last held a championship. But he can't live in the past. Jumping into the girl, he rocks Rohan Raja again, who set out on the top rope. This is freaking awesome. This right, Grayson in control, going up to the high-risk district. Might be looking to send Rohan. I sense disaster! Superplex! And immediately jumped up to his feet. What the hell? Popped it like a pimple on prom night, feeling it tonight. I say that as we're in a gymnasium. And the crowd in St. Clair might be feeling we're on the doorstep to history. We have the MPX Championship change hands at Global Wars MPX. We could see a title change hands tonight at Global Wars Canada. Wait a minute. Aurora took the ankle. Rohan catch him. Inside crowd gives me a fucking break.
Oh, come on.
Oh, cheap finish. Cheap fucking finish. Damn Jezebel. Even Jezebel's exists in Canada. Aurora Tivis saying Rohan Raja's hide. I gotta give the devil his due.
By the skin of his teeth.
Freaking Vixen. And you see Rohan Raja, look at the expressions. Look at the expression, Nick. He knew he almost was literally on the doorstep of losing that Champion's Grail. Split second involvement by that freaking Vixen, Aurora Tivis, picking the ankle and tripping up Stewart's looking for obviously another running knee strike off that incredible superplex. Instead, he stumbles into Rohan Raja, who captures him in a small package to retain. Ah, damn it.
But heel tactic, right?
Yeah, I suppose by hook and by crook, Rohan Raja holds on to the PWA Champions Grail thanks to Aurora Tivis. As we go backstage with Sam Latourneau, who's backstage with Ricochet.
I'm sure Stu will be fine. I think he's got other plans.
Yeah, you might be right in a bygone era. Yeah, you might be right. Still, I thought it was his time. Commendable match, though. As, of course, we talk about the long-term history that Ricochet and Rich Swann has, as both men have redefined high aerial offense and cruiserweight wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Rich Swann and that will be a loser.
Obviously, we see that he is championship-less.
Well, Jack Perry took the national championship. As we know, didn't pin him, but in a battle royal, you're absolutely correct. As Ricochet looks to prove why he is simply out of this world tonight. Looking forward to that match. I've been looking forward to calling those two go one-on-one again. As we get ready for this six-way scramble with Michael, Allen, Richard Clark. Try saying that name 3 times fast, folks. This guy, the definition of ego. representing MLP and apparently a push-ups champion. I guess that's a accreditation you can have and gloat about, I suppose. Good grief. Does he always have to have all 4 names introduce him? Like, seriously.
I don't know.
Oh, great. He's got a microphone. Why is this guy not in the Premier Athletes with his ego? Good grief.
Not even that. He looks like he'd be in the frat house.
You know what's ironic? He probably is more effective than the entire frat house combined. All right. So now we got a promo. Damn it. I hate this shit. You sound like Richard Simmons. I agree, audience.
Yep.
Bloody hell. The worst place in this dump of a city of Windsor. There's the Canadian insult. No offense to your nationality, Nick. Speaking of Canadians, congratulations, by the way, to Jody Frett, the new WPW Women's Champion, beating Mercedes Moné. I'm glad you're done because now we play with the freaking face of Repro, Micheal Oku. You want to talk about a guy that's a standout in this business? Talk about the Repro Undisputed British Heavyweight Champion. Master of the half crab, king of the half crab, might I add, as the name dictates.
I kind of wish Amira, is it Amira?
Yes.
I wish she was with her, but I think she's on the Indies.
I'm about to say, Amira's doing her own thing. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah.
Of course, been involved in Rev Pro, and we've also seen him in AEW, even challenged Kazuchika Okada for the Continental Championship. Previously now a 2-time Rev Pro Undisputed British Heavyweight Champion, last run for 216 days before he lost it to Ricky Knight Jr. And here's the name I fly away here in a long time again. Shout out to OVE, Ohio versus everything, for representing Wrestling Revolver, Jake Crist.
I love how they just did that. I didn't notice it till now. The fact that they're saying that Bobby Cruz is saying,
that's right,
wrestling out of
representing insert promotion here, as we talked about before, it is an inter-promotional showcase here at Global Wars.
Shout out to Revolver getting that shout out. That's huge, no?
Yeah, absolutely. And shout out to GCW, because here's the name you might know, and I believe they're going to be involved tonight on Last Call. Daisuke Sasaki. Bit of a wild card here, in my opinion.
Let's see where.
And of course, coming out from DDT. Daisuke Sasaki. This was another person, by the way, that has been very familiar with another name you might know, the Alpha Kanose Takeshika. They've trained together.
Really?
Yep. Daisuke Sasaki, by the way, of course, has been the KOD 10-man tag team champion currently and is the 040 champion and previously a 3-time DDT Universal champion. As we have Brett Banks looking to make money moves here tonight for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling.
Brett Banks. Okay.
One of the bright young up-and-comers looking to make a move here tonight in Maple Leaf Pro. And speaking of bright up-and-comers, and it might be inevitable before they're champion again, representing AEW and the Bang Bang Gang, Ace Austin. Guns up! Ace Austin, who we previously saw take on Tommaso Ciampa recently at Collision. Former multiple-time X Division champion and TNA Tag Team champion and Wrestling Revolver champion and Tag Team champion.
So I didn't know if we were allowed to talk about it because it just happened yesterday.
Yes.
But because you kind of opened the floodgates, I will ask. Best thing that you saw last night.
On Collision?
Yeah, like I
Oh.
popped for Sheeta's
I mean,
return.
I pop for Sheeta. The Hurt Business are back, and business is back in order. And Tommaso Ciampa, Rock Hard Juice Robinson, they wilded out. That was a hell of a singles match. And overall, I think Anthony Bowens had a great showcase. It's not one of those things I look at a segment. I look at the dynamic of the show itself. But if I were to pick one thing, it was definitely having Sheeta back on my screen, taking on Willow Nightingale, and also showing a bit of an attitude, figuring that she was going to have a great comeback with championship glory, taking advantage of opportunity and coming up short. And we do wonder if she's on the verge of changing character. And cover here, roll up, of course, we get the six-way scramble underway. Again, there's a lot of incredible things going on right now in AEW, and I love the direction of everything it feels like, especially with the depth of the AEW Men's World Championship. And again, folks, we're becoming Dynasty the coming up weekend. Not this weekend, that's next weekend. Stay tuned here at Summer Studios. City Predicting will be Thursday, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next week. That is AEW Dynasty, available exclusively on HBO Max and other international pay-per-view providers. Single Leg Crab and Michael Oku. I'm Brett Banks, and here comes Daisuke Sasaki. For those that don't know, Daisuke Sasaki replaced Barbaro Cavernario, who was unable to compete. That's why the graphic is out of date. Drop down, and Michael Oku caught in the cravat. Side headlock applied. Throws Daisuke Sasaki off. Sasaki, oh, man! Big spear on Oku.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, Daisuke Sasaki, you're not that familiar with this gentleman at all, are you, Nick?
No, sir.
Great offense, though, by Jake Crist out of the corner because the cover lateral press, and here comes the push-up champion. I'm not going to say all four of his names. You can forget that shit. Oh, jumping elbow strike, though. Jumping back elbow. Not bad by Mr. Clark. Ace Austin, though, rolls in. Drop toe hold. Caught with a kick to the back of the head. Now looking for maybe the Maki Straw Cradle. Roll up. Cover. Gets a 2 count. Drop kick. Shotgun drop kick, excuse me. Once held as inevitably could have been the youngest TNA World Champion of all time, has been compared to the likes of phenomenal AJ Styles.
Dude, I'd love for Ace to go.
Whoop.
I think we've gotten enough time.
Oh.
I would love to see Ace go on his own
Oh.
and really challenge for the TNT title.
And about to say, well, Kyle Fletcher, of course, Kyle Fletcher is out on injury right now. We wish him the best and hope he gets well soon. As if you saw that match a week ago on Collision, he was hobbling during the duration of it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Wrecking ball drop kick by Mr. Clark, who skins the cat and goes up and over with a plunger, wiping out Ace Austin on the floor. Fires flying everywhere. Of course, the only way this match ends via pinfall submission inside the ring. Caught with a blind drop kick from behind. Baseball drop kick by Daisuke Sasaki, who looks to fly with the tope suicida. Good grief.
Mamma mia.
Oh, man, it feels good to freaking hear that. Uh-oh. And Michael Oku might be looking to get ready to fly. He's revving up the engine. How fitting, talking about Rev Pro. Look into the outside. Oh, Jake Crist beat him.
Beat him to it. Oku's like,
what
what
are you
the
going to
fuck?
do? What are you going to do? I mean, again, you take too much time, someone else is going to, pull the trigger first, especially the six-way scramble. Now, both men standing on the apron. Jake Crist and Michael Oku. Dangerous territory here. Again, everyone's legal at once. The only way this ends will be a pinfall submission inside the ring. And uh-oh. Oh, no. Looking for the power driver on the apron. Able to hold on the second rope to prevent certain disaster. Now trying to hoist up Jake Crist on the shoulders. Trying to fight out here. Very precarious situation. Wait a minute. Brett Banks. Brett Banks with the double drop kick. Wiping Boatman out on the outside. Now, Brett Banks might be looking to pick up speed here. Whoa, Ace Austin now back to being inside the ring. I like this matchup. Up and over, leapfrog, backflip, drop kick, catching Ace Austin. Brett Banks showing out here right now. Calls himself a one-man dynasty. Also aligned with who we're talking about in our main event later on, Sheldon Jean and his tag team partner. Brett Banks, by the way, is a bit of a freelancer, folks. Still very young to the Toronto area, but actually has quite a veteran here. 20 years involved in this game. Trained out of Team 3D Academy by Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley. It's Austin now jumping into the fray. Good grief, charging in right now. Daisuke Sasaki, Ace Austin, and Jake Crist. We got half the field inside the ring, Nick. Sasaki doubled over up in the fireman's carry. And what
is Ace doing?
I don't know. Are you kidding me?
Look at those quads.
Look at the strength of Ace Austin holding up 2 men at once on the shoulders. And really squatting with the 2 men. Oh, a drop kick by Mr. Clark.
Ace has a good squat. Listen, there's only one man that I know that is better than Ace.
And who's that?
Mr. Colby Carino. If you're watching this, buddy, he got nothing on you, buddy. He got nothing on you.
Yeah, Brett Banks pressing on Ace Austin with the push-ups here, trying to talk about his push-up championship accolade. Oh my God! Head kicked off of Michael Oku. And Daisuke from behind takes Oku out.
You're sleeping on the couch.
And right now, Ace Austin, rising knee, high kick, rocks Daisuke Sasaki. Brett Banks now back in. Waistlock applied, thrown off in the corner. The stick-back scramble, fast and furious. Oh, man.
Ooh.
Just dropped Ace Austin. Oh! The cycle knee there by Brett Banks. Now, Jake Crist. Or excuse me, Mr. Clark. High kick there by Jake Crist. Again, when you got 4 names, you're not going to be named correct. I don't care who you are. Wow, God, what a power slam. Clark cover. And Daisuke breaking it up. Now the double underhook. Pedigree.
That's hard.
Sasaki follow front kick. It's a game over by Mr. Clark.
It's hard to call a match like that.
Oh, exactly. Not missing crossface applied. As Sasaki looking for the submission, what the hell is Ace doing here? Having both man in a moonlock. What the hell?
Who's gonna? What are they gonna do? Oh.
Well, I guess you'll never know because Michael Oku stopped it with a double stomp. Innovation there amongst all 3, and Michael Oku bringing up the fray. And now Oku looking to take advantage. Now we play. Looking to step over. Ace Austin kicks him off, though. The swing and miss. Ace Austin. Oh, man. Watch that Oku.
Big lariat. Big lariat.
That's Sasaki now in the fray. And Ace Austin take control. Rising knee. Inside. Russian leg sweep.
With a match like this, it's so refreshing to hear Mauro Ranallo's call.
Energy.
Yeah, like he's on it. You can see that he's on it. He has.
There's the reason why he and JR are my biggest inspirations in professional wrestling. Now Brett Banks looking to show like he's money. Corkscrew cross body out of the corner.
Give me Mauro on Collision.
Mitsunoka driver with Michael Oku with the crucifix too, and Oku almost stole it.
Give me him give me Mauro on Collision.
I completely agree. Pushed off, but not to begin as Oku. Oh man! Near the head of Brett Banks. Oku off the top rope moonsault. Oku perpetual motion here. Frogberry flopped Ace Austin Deathsong in the outside.
Let's go, Oku.
Holy Oku indeed. Unbelievable athleticism here and spring in his young step. And again, right now, we only have Brett Banks and Oku in the ring. Jake Crist now might be looking to join the fray. Oku to the top rope, though. That is going to be a hell of a flight.
Oku's another guy. Him and Sosa are just like, I can see them being future stars. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Looking for that slice. Brad out of the corner. It sends Oku up and over. Front face like applied by Jake Crist. Fisherman. Oh! Fisherman driver. Oh, man. 2 count only.
Wow.
And right now, Jake Crist in the driver's seat, isolating the former 2-time Red Pro Undisputed British Heavyweight Champion, Michael Oku. And right now, Brett Banks just lunging in, taking out the base from Jake Crist. Still anyone's game here at this point, though, as we got Mr. Four Names back in. And Michael, Richard Clark, Brett Banks.
Michael Allen, Richard Clark.
Oh! Bhupinder bomb, but didn't go for the cover.
Pin. You can
Ah, damn it. Well,
What
at
a
least I got
dick.
one tonight. You know what? I'll probably get one tomorrow when I call Gnozzi to catch up for Shota Umino on Sakura Jans. So stay tuned, folks. I'll be calling that live in some of the studios. And right
win.
now,
By
Brett,
yourself?
probably. I mean, it's 2:30 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time.
Buddy.
It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. And right now, Brett Banks up to the top row, trying to do what does matter for the win. And look at the fly. Oh, my God.
Oh.
Crowd's going to cover Miracle Legend 2. Oh, wait a minute. And right now, Michael Owens, Midland Frog Splash. Cover on Jen Crist. Oko with the win.
Nice. There you go, Oku.
Woo.
Like I said, man, Oku and Sosa, those are like the futures of the business.
Yeah, about to say, this match kicking into overdrive. There was no let up across the entire field tonight as Michael Oku found the moment needed to pick up the win here at Global Wars Canada. Great six-way scramble, though.
So good. Very good.
Everybody showed out here, even Mr. Four Names. That anti-aircraft, though, by Jake Crist was incredible on Brett Banks, though. Damn, the timing. Michael Oku continues to raise his stock in and out of Rev Pro and ROH tonight with this major win at Global Wars Canada. As we now get ready for our Ring of Honor Women's World Championship match. Ooh, this is a hell of a video package. Well, Nick, as they talk about the fallen goddess and the person that looks to rise to the occasion tonight, talk to me a little bit about Taylor Wilde. In your opinion, what are your expectations for her, and how much pressure is on her to beat seemingly the unbeatable here tonight?
Sorry, you said Taylor Rising.
Yeah,
dude,
I was saying, I threw you up with the name.
Oh, because you said Taylor Wilde. Botch.
I said Taylor Rising, dude. If I sounded like I said Wild, I said Rising.
I thought I heard Wild.
No,
Taylor
but
Rising.
shout out to another great Canadian, but continue.
Yes. Anyways, Taylor Rising. She again another woman that, especially, and we're gonna watch it now. Like I said, this was one of the matches that I watched back. I watched live. She, fucking dude, she hits hard. Like she's in there to wrestle. She's in there to beat your ass. Like she's not out here to pussyfoot around. You know what I mean?
Ooh, that's a bold statement.
Yeah, like again, she's got the moves. She's got that presence. Another young star coming up that I think is going to be a big deal, and getting this spot with Athena, it really opens your eyes once you see this match. It's going to be a good match.
The standard versus the self-proclaimed standout. As we saw earlier, Chris Chambers, who has been heavily involved in training young Taylor Rising, looking to become the new face of ROH. But truly, can you beat forever, as the fallen goddess has been champion now for over 1,100 days? Forever is not forever. All things have a deadline, but it's Taylor Rising the one to rise to the occasion and upset Athena tonight. That's a high bar. And again, this will be their second ever singles encounter. Taylor Rising has grown and risen since the first encounter in 2023, but so has Athena, as the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship's on the line.
So in our lists that we did on the shenanigans, I wanted to put Taylor in so bad. Like I think she was it was really her and so in my list I had my 9 names, and the last 2 names that came down to it was her and Shazza McKenzie. And I mean, I think like they were neck and neck. I would take either or.
A young standout, like you talked about, of course, here in Canada, Aubrey Edwards, by the way, the official for this contest. Taylor Rising's only been involved in the business for 6 years. But again, how do you upset arguably the most effective female competitor in the entire wrestling business? And I do mean female professional wrestler, Athena, 37 years of age, 18 years of experience. And of course, as I said earlier, she has now been the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion now for 1,211 days. And this will be, get this, folks, here's a record for you. Between Proving Ground and this title, nearly her 70th showcase / defense of the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship.
Yep. I mean, Athena, she's looking good. She looks like she's really
For Taylor Ryder to upset this standard of the business to truly cement herself as the standout would be absolutely unbelievable. Let's take it down to Bobby Cruz for the introductions. 60-minute time limit, and this is our semi-main, excuse me, this is our, of course, second to last championship match of the night. And Taylor Rising, we'll see if she rises to the occasion. Wrestling out of Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, by the way.
Hammertown.
Remember seeing Taylor Rising previously involved in exhibitions, of course, in TNA. She's also been involved in the ring with the likes of Giselle Shaw and Josh Alexander, in and out of Super Kicked and NWA and BCW.
Yeah, I mean, Athena's she's looking great. She's looking like $1 million.
Maya World, Persephone, Harley Cameron, Alex Windsor, La Catalina, Mina Shirakawa, Hikaru Shida, Kiera Hogan, Diamante, Marina Shafir, Vert Vixen. Only a few of the many victims of the fallen goddess during her ever run as the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion since she beat Mercedes Martinez at Final Battle 2022.
And let's not forget, like, this mean streak that she's on all started from people thinking that she shot on Jody Threat. Like, that's really where Athena's attitude came from. Like, it's crazy to see how far she's come.
And talk about the wild child, the freaking wild child of the business, I would say has definitely been Athena, because that violent, aggressive edge has led to this virtually unstoppable run of dominance. To your point, the only blemishes on her record in the last calendar year alone was against Timeless Toni Storm at Forbidden Door for the AEW Women's World Championship. And as we saw recently at the New Beginning, she lost against Shuri for a chance, of course, at the NWW Strong Women's Championship, and went to a 10-minute draw against one of her own students, Maya World, in the Proving Ground. But regardless, she has yet to be upset here in Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor is truly her house, her show, her domain. And until someone takes that title, that is not going to change. And I just don't know if Taylor Rising is able to rise to the occasion. Oh, God! As I say that, she gets knocked the fuck out with an elbow. Damn. You might be tough, you might be young, but I don't know how tough you are to take that and come back fighting the same way. Sheesh. And right now, weights like applied by Taylor Rising, looking to take advantage of Athena, who was gloating in the moment there. And if there's one Achilles heel to Athena, it might be that level of confidence she has in herself. Take over to Harris by Taylor Rising there, taking Athena up and over. Now falling up here in the corner, jumping in. And you got to be the aggressor here against Athena, especially in the early going. You can't take Athena lightly. Taylor Rising can make her a national star known with a win over Athena tonight and claiming the Ring of Honor Women's World Gold. And we've seen Ring of Honor championships taken to other promotions before in the past, whether it was Stardom or whether it was CMLL. Maya Iwatani once held the Women of Honor championship against Kelly Klein, the gatekeeper in the original class of Women of Honor. Champion able to get her hands up for the most part against that Tiger Feint kick. I don't know what the area code is, though, in Windsor. Now calling the crossbody. Uh-oh. And Athena, again, that's all it takes for her to put the match back in her favor. Sending Taylor Rising into the barricade. It's one thing to go fast and furious. It's another thing to outpower Athena.
Yeah. Athena, ever since leaving WWE, leaving the Ember Moon moniker. She's a completely different person.
Yeah, but it also seemed like we said, you talked about Taylor Rising and how far she has risen, pun intended, to the occasion. Again, like I talked about earlier, this is not their first ever one-on-one encounter, but the last time Taylor Rising shared a ring with Athena was during AEW Dark Days in 2023. And we've seen the evolution of both these incredible athletes.
Yep.
Athena again, though. Oh, man. Kicks to the midsection. Now the cover, hook on the far leg, and a 1 count. Great defiance here shown so far by Taylor Rising. What does it say about Taylor Rising kicking out at 1 here still at this point, based on the aggressive nature of Athena since the bell run? Do you think Athena is surprised at this point? Do you think that she is at all frazzled? Do you think that she's underestimating Taylor Rising's potential here?
No,
it's one thing to face an opponent for the first time. It's another thing to face an opponent 2 years later.
Yeah, I think she's right now. Athena is just toying with Rising.
Oh God!
Kind of having her way.
Like a freaking lion playing with her meat.
Yeah.
Now hoisting her up for the suplex to the Rising, trying to fight back though. Still, oh wait a minute, roll through inside cradle cover, and gets a 2 count. Great balance. Oh man, and caught with a drop kick, and the nip up by Athena. It's explosive moments, though, by Athena that make her so dangerous. And right now, just fish hooking Taylor Rising's jawline. Again, though, Taylor Rising needs to find a way to break the grip of Athena, now trapped in the body scissors. Putting that tight grip around the challenger. Aubrey Edwards in per position here. Taylor Rising still finding back, though. Back elbow strikes to the rib cage of Athena. The cover, push back, and a 2 count, forcing Athena to break the hold. Oh, gosh. Immediately back on the attempt of the clothesline, hook on the far leg by Athena. Gets a 2 count again on Taylor Rising this time. I do wonder, though, how much that loss to Suri is still reigning free roam inside Athena's head.
No wonder. No, it has to play a factor in it, right? Athena doesn't like to lose.
Well, what does it mean for someone that's so dominant in their own promotion if they can't hold up to that same pedigree against other competitors across other promotions when their goal is not on the line? As I talked about, the only blemishes for Athena's career, it seems, to your point, Mrs. Rising knee strike, is anything outside ROH.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it must get to her because, I mean, Athena's this type of person who does not like to lose. You've seen in segments where if Billy loses, she's really on Billy, even with Diamante. So I mean, she doesn't like the blemishes on the record, right? She is the forever ROH champion for a reason, and
Schoolgirl rolled up by Taylor gets a 2 count.
Demands that kind of perfection, right?
Yeah, perfection is a high standard to keep up with, let alone keep up with over a standard of years without a part-time schedule as well. And right now up in the fireman's carry, electric chair position, Taylor Rising, going to trouble, trying to fight off Athena here. Victory roll, cover, shoulders down, and gets a 2 count. Oh, and a double stomp to the midsection. As I said before, the last time these two faced each other one-on-one, Taylor Rising has definitely evolved here. That match only lasted, Nick, for 3 minutes. It was a Ring of Honor Women's World Championship proving ground bout. Seeing the Spitfire coming out of Taylor Rising as, of course, these matches. You saw the sponsorship, by the way, on the graphic, brought to you by the Windsor Spitfires.
Yep, that is our OHL hockey team out of Windsor.
Back elbow strike here by Taylor Rising, trying to mount some momentum here. Looking for the cold breaker. Hits it this time. Flush. Shout out to Chris Jericho, who just returned to AEW. Looking for the Tiger Fink kick. You were saying, Nick?
Love the way Athena sells.
Off the ropes here. I like what Rising's doing. Kaza, Dora. Oh, Face Buster. Choose the half and Rising. Hook the leg for the win. Kick out at 2.5 by Athena. Wow. Great fortitude being shown here by Taylor Rising. And again, I talked about the pedigree, the pedigree of history that Athena's made. She's outlasted the longest run of Samoa Joe, Bryan Danielson, Nigel McGuinness, men that were the standard bearers of Ring of Honor. Athena has eclipsed, pun intended, all of their greatest runs and accomplishments. Pushed off here, into the midsection by Taylor Rising. Now looking to hook Athena again, which she's looking for here. Looking for positive pedigree. Can she double hook the arm? Nope. Athena able to break the grip. Oh, sweeps out the leg. Side knee to the head. Athena scouting Taylor. Just running over her with that short-range clothesline. Now, what is this? Looking for a pump handle, maybe? Pump handle. Oh my God! Driving her down with a pile driver, 2 count only. Pump handle to a tombstone pile driver, Nick.
That was a great spot.
But again, though, this is what I talked about. You talked about, again, that pedigree of perfection that Athena wants to hold herself up to, arguing with the official. These moments of weakness and doubt in Athena could literally lead to Taylor Rising taking advantage here.
Yeah, and this is why I said, I was so impressed with Rising is she's hanging in there. Like she's not giving up.
Again, Athena was looking for the old face. Now their plan's just insulting her challenger, pit brushing her and just giving her the riot act. Oh, jeez. It's freaking mental warfare right now on the Ring of Honor Women's World Champion. On full display here. And nothing against the rules at this point. It's just literally fueling your own ego and just boosting that level of confidence and trying to really breathe fear into the challenger. Taylor Rising showing no signs, though, of let up. And again, Athena losing her footing here. Instead, Rising catching her on the ascent and goes up to the high-risk district inside second. And what the hell is Taylor Rising possibly looking for here? Hooking Athena, front face lock applied. Possibly for a superplex. Can she roll the cover? Hook the front leg and kick out at 2. Dead center of the ring as well. Sunset flip, roll through. Athena rolls through though. Taylor Rising. Oh man, follow through with the DDT.
Mm-hmm.
Cover, hook the front leg, kick out at 2 again by Athena. Woo. Taylor Rising needs to keep up this offense, though, Nick. To your point, stringing these moves together, but giving these moments of pause and clarity for the champion to regroup is not going to play in favor of the challenger. Irish whip now in the second row. Athena, oh man, runs into the boot. Athena right now stunned and might be looking for sunset flip powerbomb code red 2. Oh! I thought from all that's going to be a Panama Sunrise instead. That was a straight up springboard code red.
Yeah, told you. Taylor really stood out in this match.
About to say the hops on Taylor rising far and above their first encounter in 2023, far more than proving something tonight. Looking to accomplish the greatest feat of her career. The crowd's starting to believe in it. Now looking for the pump handle. I'm not sure what Taylor Rising is looking for here. I haven't seen her use a pump handle before in her career. And again, Athena stopping the foot of Taylor Rising, swinging a miss, waist lock applied, German suplex. With the release, rolling elbow. Athena, though, catching her. Saito by Athena. Great counter move there by the champion. And might not, you have got to be kidding me. We got some sweet chin music coming in the building tonight. Tuning up the band. Oh, boy. And this might be a bittersweet symphony for Taylor Rising if she doesn't block this shot. Catch the leg. Rising blocking it. Oh, and catch her with a discus elbow. They're rising right now. Up the roads. Pop up. Powerbomb by Athena. Rolls through. And now. Oh, God. Float over into the Koji clutch. Athena's looking for the submission hold here. We've seen her imply this move against the likes of Billy Starks and for 70. And that is it. Nowhere to go. Fully trapped. And Athena retains the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship.
Yeah, what a good. That was a real. Like I said, I watched. It was a really hard hitting match.
Woof.
Rising did a great job, I thought, in there.
Yeah, no kidding. But again, 35 alone outside proving ground, Nick. 35 now. Championship defenses successful for the fallen goddess, Athena. Is there anyone in the world that could beat this person for the Ring of Women's World Championship? And it looks like Taylor Rising is going to get a forceful code of honor. Oh, come on, this is unnecessary. Oh, all right, well, that's respectful. Oh, come on! Unnecessary, unsportsmanlike conduct. Leave it to us to give more respect to the challenger than to the champion. But like you said, Nick, when you're that perfect, I guess you have that right to be that selfish post-match.
And I mean, hopefully we see a supercard who can stop Athena.
Well, who the hell you put against her on that card if that's the case? I mean, we've seen her kill Canadians, Joshis, AEW, ROH alumni, rising stars. Everywhere, worldwide, no one's been able to stop Athena when it comes to relinquishing her of the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, meanwhile, as we got a moment to breathe, I just want to remind people again, thank you all for tuning into this special coverage of Global Wars Canada. I hope that you all are enjoying this as much as we are for ROH and MLP collaborating here, as Scott D'Amore, of course, has given us this groundbreaking announcement on what Maple Leaf Pro is bringing to professional wrestling on the Canadian scene. As, of course, Nick talked about earlier, coming this July, stay tuned for further mayhem as Maple Leaf Pro comes to TSN. Congratulations again to everybody involved in that accomplishment, as these incredible wrestlers, male and female, will have a bigger stage nationwide to present what they bring to the business. Maple Leaf Pro comes to TSN in July with mayhem. Congratulations again to Scott D'Amore. And again, thank you all those that are tuning in right now to this live special retro watch along. I do this for all the biggest shows, specials, previews, and PLDs across all things professional wrestling, WWE, NXT, AEW, TNA, ROH, MLP, GCW, HOG, Underground Promotions, and Japanese wrestling coverage. We got a ton coming up, of course, during WrestleMania week as we are on the doorstep of the greatest week of the professional wrestling business every year, where everyone will be seen. And I hope that you all stay tuned for further coverage and join us along for the ride the entire time. And good to see, of course, sending in the chat. Mercedes Moné has to be the one that can truly actually dethrone her. That is, if they haven't had a title match yet. To your point, Mercedes Moné and Athena have not made each other for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. But as I said, anything outside ROH, Athena has faltered at, including their first and only ever one-on-one encounter last year during the Owen on Spring Breakthrough, where Athena lost to Mercedes Moné in the opening round.
Yeah, no, I think if Mercedes was going to dethrone Athena, it would have happened during the Expedition of Gold, shall you say.
Actually, now it's one belt, Moné, might I add, as Mercedes Moné only has one belt left.
So I think Mercedes has another title in mind that doesn't require her to hold all of these other championships.
We talked about before, the parts of the sum versus the sum of the parts, the value of quality versus quantity, and I think I know exactly what you're talking about. And again, what an incredible announcement by Maple Leaf Pro as they bring mayhem. Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling brings mayhem on TSN June 12th and 13th and August 7th and 8th, a brand new TV series for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. Congratulations to them. And of course, that also means more Morrow.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a great thing. I want to see how they go about it.
I know I'm going to be tuning in one way or another via my sources, because how you think I've been watching Maple Leaf Pro? How you think I know so much to a degree of this stuff? How do you think I still am a crazy man, a simple man that watches wrestling 5 days a week? As we are getting ready for what is going to be a marquee match of the night with a classic rivalry of Renaissance, and both men rise to the occasion and only bringing the better out of each other Time for Ricochet versus Rich Swann. And Nick, believe it or not, somehow in these men's career, this will be their 75th matchup in some capacity in their wrestling careers.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen these guys go back from the days of Jesus, before the days
I don't know about that far.
of WWE and them being in the Cruiserweight Classic and whatnot, right? Like, it's interesting to see the parallels of their career, where they've kind of gone. Rich Swann in TNA and Ricochet in AEW. So it's interesting to see where their careers have taken them.
And to your point, Nick, the last time we covered them, ironically enough, was their last singles encounter back at FSW Mecca X Benefit for Bay back in March last year, and Ricochet won that night.
Uh-oh.
Time to party, actually, Rich Swann. Can you handle this with the former TNA World Heavyweight Champion? I like this music. I gotta say, maybe the Pro got some banging tunes, by the way. I've been listening to their tunes. They got some good music. Everyone right now just jamming to Rich Swann here tonight. Bringing the shades of pop, Daft Punk, synthwave, and Lionel Richie with this mood. My dad was a DJ for R&B and Salvador's radio station. This is a tune I can get behind.
It's a good tune.
As I talked about before, Rich Swann and Ricochet have shared parallels in each other's careers as tag team, 8-man trios, singles matches going all the way back to 2010 in a fatal 4-way at Evolve. You remember that promotion's name in a bygone era. And as I talked about before, the last singles encounter was literally almost a year ago to the day in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, a simpler time, shall we say.
Well said, bro. The bell rings and we are underway for this unique rematch. Yeah, see how these two measure each other out. The last time that Rich Swann beat Ricochet in one-on-one action. Rich Swann, of course, former TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Ricochet, as I talk about, former AEW National Champion. NXT North American Champion, King of the Indies, former participant in the Best of Super Juniors. I don't believe, by the way, that Ricochet has lost to Rich Swann yet in singles action in their respective careers, because believe it or not, despite the fact they've met each other now over 74 different previous encounters, they've only had like literally a handful of singles matches. And I think Ricochet has won each and every one of them.
Really?
I believe so. I believe this is actually their 4th or 5th singles encounter.
Okay.
Of course, Ricochet, we talked about the pedigree of his career as we talked about not just with AEW and MyXT. He also is a former WWE Intercontinental and United States Champion and IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion alongside Ryusuke Taguchi and Lucha Underground Champion, if you remember Prince Puma. Calling him a tab here in the early going.
Oh, Jesus. Prince Puma is a...
Go ahead. I just heard your brain broke. ... You were saying.
No, I mean, that's... Lucha Underground was...
so damn good.
Such, like, the rawness and the grittiness of it was just insane.
I mean, yeah, it was the definition of what people missed during the Attitude Era and what the aggressive, non-apologetic, hyper-competitive nature of Black and Gold NXT that we love so much. In a way, both of those fans have kind of been captured by AEW when you figure about what you've seen lately in this place. And right now, Rich Swann trying to get the better of Ricochet, still looking for that first singles win against Ricochet here. And as I talked about before, Rich Swann, former X-Division champion, TNA World Heavyweight Champion. And Rich Swann right now trying to outpace Ricochet. And don't blink, by the way, when these two start picking up speed. Believe me. Right now trying to maybe pop the arm out of the socket. Former IWR United States Champion. That's Insane Wrestling Revolver, by the way. Former Revolver World Champion. former Red Pro British Tag Team Champion, and Open the Owari Gate Champion, while Ricochet was a former Open the Dragon Gate Champion. The parallels of both these men's career and what they've brought to high-risk, high-flying wrestling, respectfully, it's like night and day. Rich Swann, by the way, is 35 years of age, involved 17 years in this game.
Like, these guys, the longevity in their careers is crazy.
Yeah, and the similarities, honestly, when you think about it. And right now, straight jacket hold being applied by Ricochet. Ricochet, also 37 years of age, has been involved 22 years in this business. Both men jogging for leverage here, and Ricochet getting the better of Rich Swann, driving him down to a knee in the straight jacket hold, and bracing his knee, into Rich Swann's lower spine. At one point, we weren't sure Rich Swann was ever going to continue wrestling again until Scott D'Amore, who's been heavily involved in training him, encouraged him at one point after being assaulted by Eric Young during the pandemic in his TNA run. Of course, Ricochet had his breakout moment in WWE NXT when he beat Adam Cole for the NXT North American Championship at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. And right now, Rich Swann, Ricochet, both men jogging for position, looking for leverage. Both men literally trading the straitjacket hold here. Ricochet taken down now. We're going to break down Ricochet. Go ahead, Nick.
So I want to ask you a question because I know that you are not a social media person. You are but a simple man.
Yes.
In the world.
Escape. Go ahead, man.
And a lot of people should be commending you and people like you that are, stay off the socials.
The way I see it, the only thing you should do on social media is encourage positivity or encourage somebody else in this biz if you're a fan of wrestling and why you should support them. And it's still, man, they're going to get with these men that have encouraged so many high flyers. You name a high flyer, they've heard of Ricochet or Rich Swann. Drop kick! But anyway,
so speaking about that and being, encouraging people, I don't know if we got your take. Ricochet's comments and the way he is on social media. How do you feel about his presence on the socials? Do you think it's too much? Do you think it's too little? Do you think it's on point? Like, what's kind of your while we watch this match?
It's one of those things where I don't know necessarily the level of presence, but I've heard the level of nonsense that has been spewed from typing by Ricochet. Ooh. Cannonball by Rich Swann. That was one of the fastest cannonball I've ever seen. At the end of the day, there's one word that comes to mind. That's etiquette. And whether you're typing or you're speaking, whether you're virtual or in person, there's a certain etiquette that is called human decency, kayfabe or not, that everybody in and out of professional wrestling should hold themselves to and others to. And if you aren't doing that, you're encouraging idiocracy, toxicity, and absolute immaturity, then you are doomed to be a victim of it. And unfortunately, I think Ricochet has been a strong offender of it. But I don't think it should defy what you think of the man from an athletic standpoint or his wrestling career if he apologizes. I believe in second chances, and I believe what you say on the internet is forever, but it shouldn't define you altogether.
Which he did. He did apologize for his comments to that woman. It's social media.
Social media can be both a blessing and a curse, and I'm just going to leave it at that. And at the end of the day, it should be more of an encouragement versus a bullying tactic. And if more people learn to act with better etiquette, then maybe this wouldn't be the most toxic community I've heard of in the freaking world. And Rich Swann right now mounting Ricochet here in the corner. This has been a public service announcement about human decency, courtesy of the Civil Medicine Studios. Thank you. And right now, Rich Swann looking to pick things up here tonight. Wind up in a big right hand rocks Ricochet.
Dude, that overhead camera is so I feel
that's
like they're
super close to the ring. That boom camera, what the hell? Get all the good shots in, but geez, we're talking about high flyers here. We're at risk of someone just flying off the top rope and jumping into that damn thing. It's separation, open palm strike here. About to say, I think he just paintbrushed him there, but Ricochet still felt that. And right now, Rich Swann, that might have instigated him as Ricochet is covering up here. Rich Swann, though, cannot let his emotions get the better of him. Disqualification means nothing in this case, especially if he's looking for that first singles win. Now drop toe hold rope first in the second rope. Goes Rich Swann. The Ricochet going to follow up. Just, oh, man.
Ooh.
Corkscrew kick. Almost a cyclone boot like Dijak there by Ricochet.
Jesus.
And, of course, we also want to put this in, coherency. Ricochet is on the payroll of Don Callis and the Don Callis family right now to take out Kenny Omega.
Kenny, by God, Omega.
Where, of course, we will see if the devil of pro wrestling can overcome the god of professional wrestling at Dynasty in the main event for the AEW Men's World Championship. Again, folks, we're covering Dynasty this coming Sunday. That is Sunday, April 12th, exclusively on Simba Studios, exclusively on HBO Max here in the States, and on every favorite providers internationally. And again, I hope you follow along with us for all the coverage for all Elite Wrestling. As we also
Next Sunday, right?
Last night, that's correct. We know that now Marina Shafir will go one-on-one with Alex Windsor, and we also know that Will Ospreay will now go after John Moxley for the AEW Canelo Championship, and Thekla has accepted the challenge of Jamie Hayter for the AEW Women's World Championship. And right now, Ricochet slowing down Rich Swann. That's saying something with these two men's velocity. Oh,
it's gonna be. I mean, that match is gonna slap. I can't wait to watch it. I mean, where do we?
Oh,
I would love to see. And this is a fever dream. Ooh!
What the hell? He literally planted him. Look at that implant in the matchstick.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Damn.
How about leaving a mark? Anyway, continue.
No,
Wow.
man, I would love to see, and listen, people, that same circle of IWC that we're in called everybody crazy when they said Jericho is coming back. The fact that Jericho came back on Wednesday, I do not put it past Tony to bring back the Doctor.
I mean, again, there's a time and place for everybody, clearly.
And what better way to bring the Doctor back is if you capitalize on whatever real life feud Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter had, and Britt screws Jamie for the title.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, Dynamite DMD is one of the most notorious AEW Women's World Champions, beating Kushida for that title. And of course, the last time we saw her, she challenged for the TBS title. As you know, Will Nightingale is currently still our smiling face of TBS. And I would not rule out the DMD showing up in AEW or ROH, considering her history. Heck, I'm wondering if Britt Baker might one day challenge the Purrazzo for the Pure Championship at this point. Oh, man, a hard Irish whip, torso first in the turnbuckles. And a vicious knife-edge chop by Ricochet, almost sending him up and over.
And it's super cool. I'm really happy that Aminata's back.
Yes, I cannot wait for that match. As we also heard, Queen Aminata, back from her neck injury, will challenge Will Nightingale now for the TBS Championship this coming Wednesday on Dynamite.
Dude, that would be awesome. You want to give us something, a real shock moment? Aminata win the TBS title from Willow Nightingale.
Well, there's definitely been a fair share of shocks, firsts, and upsets this year alone in AEW, so I would not rule it too far past them. Especially with the Cosmic Maze of Wrath all going in a different direction, it feels like. With Chris Statlander, not sure what's next for her, and Harley Cameron trying to be optimistic, lobbying to be underneath Chris Statlander's wing.
I wonder what's next for, and I mean, circling it back to this match. Ooh.
Well, what's next is Ricochet getting booted in the face. How about that for a hot take?
Exactly.
Full throttle.
Like, what's next for Ricochet?
Like, well,
another one.
If I had to guess, he has not, again, he still lobbies. He was never pinned for that championship. I would still think the AEW National Champion's in his sights. Roll through. Oh, man, jumping clothesline. All right, Swann, I thought he was looking for a jumping flatliner. Shades of Ricochet. Instead, he popped up into that clothesline and wiped Ricochet out, but still feeling the effects of that vicious implant, and I mean implant, DDT on the floor. Good Lord. How much has been taken out of both men so far in this match? Now the calf being squared up again by Ricochet. Just squaring up against Ricochet's jaw here. And Rich Swann right now looking to go all night long into the swinging net breaker. Again, the quickness of Rich Swann.
Ooh.
Swan song, back heel kick, rope through, splash, cover, hooked on the far leg, kick on it too. Beautiful sequence of moves there by Rich Swann. Woof.
And I mean, did you ever kind of like, you knew that these two were going to put on an absolute banger.
If you know each other across literally 15 damn years and 74 encounters, you're damn fucking right they're going to deliver against each other. Uh-oh. Ricochet, though, hoisting up Rich Swann up in the apron here. There's a reason why this is semi-main. Oh, man. Caught rope first across that steel cable, that top rope. Ricochet looking to follow up here, up and over on the apron. This is not going to end well for one of these two men, I fear. Went for the pump kick. Rich Swann catching the boot. Attack. Oh!
Ooh,
big boot. Yeah, almost caught him there. Almost lost his footing. What's wrong? What's Rich Swann faking? Very precarious situation on the edge of the lightning bolt between Disaster. Swann might be looking for a suplex. Ricochet putting his inside leg on the apron.
Nothing good can ever happen on the apron.
Facts, exactly. Swing and a miss. Big right hand by Rich Swann beating Ricochet literally to the punch. Swing and a miss, and Ricochet slides in. German suplex up and over goes Rich Swann. Good grief. Up the second. Moonsault connects. Hook of the leg by Ricochet. Kick out Swann by 2. And again, Ricochet stay on the offense. Running shooting star press. Now hook of both legs on Swann, who kicks out again with a 2 count.
2.
Somehow Swann's still able to push off this perpetual motion by Ricochet, chaining these moves together. Good grief. Trying to match the velocity and intensity that Rich Swann's been demonstrating. And looking to keep up with that singles record, which I have confirmed. Rich Swann is 0-4 against Ricochet in singles matches. Again, just trying to instigate Swann here with the boost side of the head, knife edge chop. Of course, we know Rich Swann will be heavily involved, I'm sure, during WrestleMania week, probably in and out of FSW and MLP, at least. Knife edge chop. And notice the way Rich Swann's jaw is gasped wide open. The oxygen literally leaving his body and the heavy rising and fall of the chest cavity. A lot's been taken out of Rich Swann here versus Ricochet, it seems.
Yeah, they're really going at it. Like, they're not holding anything back, which I like.
I wouldn't expect anything less with these two. Whoop. Swing and a miss. And Rich Swann, though, able to beat Ricochet to the chop, and now just teeing off against Ricochet in the corner. Ricochet trying to cover up here, though. A lot of damage can be done in 5 seconds, turning Ricochet sideways. And Rich Swann's looking for a second win, quite literally. Oh, it runs into a boot. Up the second. Oh! Jump it, step it, Seguri. Pop up. What the hell? Ricochet laying on his feet.
Oh, shit.
Oh, jumping knee. Oh, man. Swann's kick.
Here we go.
Wall kick. Spinning Solbot, rising knee, combination offense here. Ricochet blocked. Oh, the rolling kick by Swann turns Ricochet inside out.
Damn.
Fantastic stuff here by these two. Now Rich Swann going up to the top rope. Big frog splash. Cover, contest begin 2. No. Holy hell. Woof.
That was a great sequence.
Yeah, about to say, I hear you just freaking speechless, Nick. I was waiting for you to respond after that sequence.
These guys can do such amazing things that you'd never think of. Like, I could never do half the shit that these guys are doing.
Right? And we got the Best Super Juniors coming up, and you figure about the people from DDT, CMLL, AEW, and NJPW that have defined junior heavyweight wrestling, going all the way back to Amazing Red, Jushin Thunder Liger. Oh, God. Just a stiff kick to the chest. Hiromu Takahashi. Canadian greats, of course, that have defined the X division, division about no limits, such as P.D. Williams, Shane Douglas, and again, just another round kick to the chest, and Ricochet now asking for it from Rich Swann. This might become a test. This might become a battle of attrition here. Now Ricochet fired up here. Knife edge chop, and you see the sweat flying up both these men's chests.
They're going crazy right now.
They're going strong style here, and Rich Swann just got clocked. The staple of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Oh boy. Rich Swann is not going to take these insults by Ricochet, though. And Rich Swann right now, the blood rushing here, the adrenaline pumping, and both these men exchanging here. Vicious forearm, ranking exchange. Someone's got to give him what feels like a hockey fight. Wow.
Ooh, big flash, big flash.
We got a firefight here. Here we fucking go. Kingston gear, big right hand by Rich Swann. Another one connects. And Rich Swann following up. A referee thrown into the way.
Come on.
Oh, I caught a rolling elbow. And Ricochet with a combination now. Ferocious offense here. Northern Light suplex, fold over. Maintains the head control. Up and down. Swivels the hips. Uh-oh, reversal. Hoisted up positive for vertigo. Is it enough? And no.
No. Keep
Wow.
going.
Ricochet thought he had it there. I thought he did there for a moment as well. Just driving Rich Swann down after already driving him down the back of his head and neck with that suplex takeover. Crowd chant, this is awesome. First time we've heard that tonight here at Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, Ring of Honor Global Wars, as Ricochet might be locked and loaded with the spirit gun. Yu Yu Hakusho represents. Slide, swing and a miss.
Nope.
Rich Swann, though, catching him. Poison
Poison
Rana.
Rana.
And where Ricochet ends the line of his own. Watch out with a rolling lariat. Hoisted up, fireman's carry. Death Valley driver. Covered by Ricochet, and Swann kicks out again. Still not enough. The vertical wasn't enough. The Deathfire driver wasn't enough. But the Spirit Gun might be enough. And Ricochet, bang! Wiping out Rich Swann to cover. Ricochet wins again. What a match and a fucking win.
Oh my goodness. They honestly left everything out there. No room for
Everything,
error.
including the kitchen sink. Good grief.
They did a really good again, just left everything out there.
An amazing match by Rich Swann and Ricochet as Ricochet keeps the streak going 5-0 in singles against arguably his most equal in this business, if I'm being honest, Nick.
Yeah, I mean these two are kind of they're on the same level. Like it's crazy. Again, you see the way their careers went in different directions.
So the parallels, though, drawn with both men, the velocity, the
100%.
ferocity, the intensity, the absolute strong style affair, taking it to another gear as this match continued to escalate, and everybody pulled out the stops and then some. But the Spirit Gun finally wiped out Rich Swann.
Like I love Mike Santana, don't get me wrong, but I mean TNA should have absolutely built their roster around Rich Swann.
Mike Santana, I mean, he was born nasty, and Ricochet was born fearless, clearly. Nonetheless, a hell of a win here tonight at Global Wars Canada for the King of the Indies. Good Lord.
He is in demand.
And when you're in demand, you know what you get. As, of course, we look towards the future of ROH and the continued shifting landscape, as we talked about earlier, it is one of the biggest shows of the calendar year. It is a standard tradition for Ring of Honor, as we talked about before. Again, folks, we'll be covering Supercard of Honor. That will be Friday, May 15th from Salisbury, Maryland. Again, stay tuned for our coverage here at the Sumo Studios and the start of the ROH League, Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor. I cannot wait for this show. And beginning this Thursday, Ring of Honor Wrestling returns at a new time now, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, exclusively for Honor Club members.
Interesting. Okay.
But coming up, out of an incredible night, we saw Taylor Rising rise to the occasion. Athena retained the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. We saw Big Al, Alex Crowley, stir it up and nearly give us a recipe for success against Red Velvet for the Ring of Honor Women's TV Championship in a pure classic with Deonna Purrazzo overcoming Giselle Shaw, Tremont Both Farms in their masterpiece, the Venus de Milo. We saw a six-pack scramble where Michael Oku rose to the occasion. Rohan Raja escaped with the champions Grail against Grayson. Eddie Kingston and Ortiz beat Adam Priest and Tommy Billington. And we just saw a clinic with Ricochet beating Rich Swann. It all comes down to this. Time to make history. Time to crown the first ever MLP Canadian Tag Team Champions. And coming out first is one half of the Skyscrapers, and I do believe still the MLW Tag Team Champions, Bishop Dyer, teaming up for the first time ever alongside the Supernova of Pro Wrestling Noah, the Prince, Kaito KiyoMiya. Kaito KiyoMiya, no stranger to Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling if you follow this company as long as I have, and also no stranger to Tag Team Gold and the youngest ever GHC Heavyweight Champion. These two teaming up for the first time ever, Nick. Of course, we're seeing the Good Brothers and Pro Wrestling Noah as well, recently confronting Kaito KiyoMiya and, of course, his faction, Rebellion. Aubrey Edwards, the official for this contest, holding the newly minted MLP Tag Team Championships.
The Gates of Agony.
Is that what you got your money on this match, Nick?
No. As much as I love them, my money is not. Actually, we're gonna. I'm just gonna do this, and that's it.
I'm about to say, that's too sweet. Well, I mean, again, the Good Brothers, they gotta be favorites here. Everywhere they've gone, they've been tag team champions. They are also the most established tag team across the entire field, whether it was Noah, WWE, NJPW, you name it, they've held gold there. TNA Impact Wrestling, you gotta consider the Good Brothers your first ballot picks. As soon as this match was announced, it's like, the Good Brothers are gonna win this. Let's see if I'm right. Although I am curious about this duel here.
Sheldon Jean has a look.
QT Micheal, who's played heavily involved. Sheldon Jean, who previously, of course, you might remember at one point was involved in TNA Wrestling. One of the bright young upstarts here in Canada. As we wait for, again, one of the most prolific teams in modern tag team wrestling history, not named FTR, the Good Brothers, Big LG Lou Gallows, and the Machine Gun, Carl Anderson. Oh, they're actually representing MLP. Okay. Now that makes me think even more they're going to win.
Just makes sense.
Yeah, but well, I mean, to be fair, it would make sense for an MLP team to win this.
Yeah.
And we know that Bryce Hanson and Sheldon Jean, they represent MLP as well. Gates of Agony represent AEW. Kaito KiyoMiya and Bishop Dyer, they represent Pro Wrestling Noah and MLW. But we've also seen Strange Bedfellows win in these occasions before. And again, Kaito and Bishop Dyer is a first-time ever duo. This is my first time ever as a tag team, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, Gallows and Anderson are looking good.
I'm about to say, I mean, ever since they got free from corporate purgatory, they've been doing nothing but good things for their respective tag team careers. As you see, Aubrey Edwards holding up the beautiful, might I add, MLP Tag Team Championships. Like I said, former Impact Tag Team Champions, Raw, IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, GHC Tag Team Champions, NWA Tag Team Champions, Crash Tag Team. Well, AAW, insert blank. They've been Tag Team Champions there. And I knew Aubrey Edwards was going to lose control from the get-go, but the bell hasn't even rung yet. We got 8 men, and you got 3 giants here, like I said, with Toya Leona, Luke Gallows, and Bishop Dyer.
Yeah.
About to say, your phone apparently couldn't take the chaos either. And right now,
No.
Bishop Dyer and Kaito KiyoMiya, I mean, I'm just calling it melee right now. Then again, this is Canada. You guys are known for your freaking fights. Oh,
that's what
gosh.
I'm saying. Like, it's so tough for.
I'm about to say, poor Aubrey. She's got her hands full with this. When this match does get established, I want to point out, by the way, this is a traditional tag team match. Only 2 men are legal at the same time, and you can tag out to anybody.
It just sucks. Like, I feel bad
Oof.
for Aubrey. She's got to deal with all this mayhem.
Oh, well, I mean, this is what happens when you're official in this business, and sometimes you just get these type of assignments. Not the first time she's dealt with this type of chaos. Oh, God! Sheldon G just got choke bombed on the apron by Leona. Look at Leona, by the way. Look at the size of that dude. Freaking bench press near 700 pounds, I've heard. That's insane itself. And, oh, man! Suplex on the outside by Bishop Khan, ROH Dojo alumni, might I add. Let's not forget, by the way, Bishop Khan and Leona are former Ring of Honor 6-man tag team champions, alongside the Mogul Embassy. And Gals right now, and Carlos and freaking Bishop Dyer. That just sounds like a tag team in itself right now with the bald heads. Imagine those two ever working together. Well, I guess I'm actually seeing it right now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Hard Irish whip. Oh, God. Damn. Hard Irish whip to turn those ring steps that literally got turned up and over. Chaos ensuing right now here at Global Boy. Oh, gosh. Sheldon G taking to the sky. Topic on Kilo by Carl Anderson. Kaito KiyoMiya with the plunger. I'll say Griffin's only one boom camera at ringside. Bell rings were officially underway as we got Carl Anderson and Kaito KiyoMiya picking up hostilities from Pro Wrestling Noah. If you've fought as long as I have. Good grief. The youngest GIC heavyweight champion ever, as I said, took that title off his mentor, the wrestling genius now retired, Keiji Muto. Man, look at the freaking firefight here happening right now with these forearms with the machine gun Carl Anderson and Kaito KiyoMiya caught in that running uppercut. Drop to a knee, the drop down. Again, a tag could happen at any time to anybody. Only 2 men at the same time. Back elbow, flashing elbow drop to Carl Anderson. And I can finally take a moment to breathe.
I wish that, like, okay, Bishop Dyer and KiyoMiya, like, I get it. I kind of wish they had more actual tag teams in the match. Like,
what?
No, like Dyer and KiyoMiya is not a real tag team, right?
Well, yes, it's the first time ever met to team up. To your point, I do see what you mean.
Right, and the other two guys, they seem like they're single stars, right?
Well, yes, I do see that. Oh man.
Like, why not have the actual skyscrapers in this match? You know what I mean? Like,
okay, I see what you mean. And right now, the hammer fist being dropped to freaking Bishop Khan in the corner by Big LG.
Right.
And to your point, Dominic Dijakovic and Bishop Dyer are still the MLW World Tag Team Champions. They've been champions now for 282 days, 3 successful defenses after beating Los Deportados, Magnus, and Rugido back at MLW Summer of the Beast last year.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Right? Like, I kind of wish there was more, like, actual teams.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this is the inaugural match in the MLP Tag MLP Tag Division for the MLP Tag Team Championships. There's no history or legacy. So to define a division here with a couple of established teams from the promotion itself, and then have interpromotional warfare with another established team, cover 2 count only, and another team put together just for that wild card factor, I don't think it's a bad idea.
No, which is why this is why I said kind of earlier in the show, I would love to see what Mayhem looks like as an actual TV show.
In June and August when it comes to TSN, as now announced.
Exactly, right? Like, I would love to see how they kind of format that show, and how are they going to make it different than what we kind of see right now, right?
Yeah, I'm about to say, you got to start somewhere, and everything has to have a bright beginning right now. And MLP literally has been on the verge of its new beginning since Scott D'Amore brought this promotion to life in 2024. And right now, Regular Eyes that is Bryce Hanson, by the way, in case those don't know. A blind tag made by Bishop Khan. After the Regular Eyes to, I believe, Carl Anderson here. Look at the size. I just want to look at the size of some of these men here, by the way. Especially Tough, who tried to take Luke Gallows down. And the speed of Leona is insane for a freaking Samoan his size.
I can't wait till
Oh,
Leona and Bishop Khan. I can't wait till they win actual tag team gold.
well, at this point, they've challenged the freaking Knockout Brothers for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships, and those will be defended tomorrow against Micheal and Zack Sabre Jr. at freaking Sakura Genesis. They've challenged the Hurt Syndicate for the AEW Tag Team Championships. I think the only titles they haven't challenged for this point is the Tag Team Championships.
Yeah.
And again, shuts the breadbasket there by Leona. And ever since Leona and Bishop Khan came together in their short tenure as a tag team, we've only seen the better brought out of both. And ever since being brought together under Ricochet's, let's call it what it is, mentorship, the demand has been taken demand every chance they get.
It's so weird. Okay, so do you remember when Leona used to wrestle in just shoot it like bare feet?
Yes.
I find it hilarious how he's wearing wrestling boots now.
About to say, well, I mean, at one point, I think he almost broke his foot during a match. That probably was the best we could do. And this nerve hold is the best way to neutralize Carl Anderson here, gripping the shoulder tendons of the former never openweight champion. Carl Anderson, by the way, the last time the Good Brothers held tag team gold was the ALW Tag Team Championships back in early 2026 to late 2025. And they are the current Crash Tag Team Champions. A jawbreaker there by Carl Anderson trying to create some race to Leona. Sheldon Jean, by the way, was blindly tagged. Now Sheldon Jean now legal. Unloading on Carl Anderson. And you talk about, again, trying to keep, actual tag teams. Imagine what it would mean for the true MLP established tag team, the two originals here of MLP, Bryce Hanson and Sheldon Jean, to pick up the win here and become the inaugural MLP tag team champions. Trying to take a cheap shot against the Gates of Agony. Probably not a smart idea, though, for Bryce Hanson. Although right now, Sheldon and Bryce are in control here, as both men are putting the boots to Carl Anderson in their corner. It's almost one of those things now, you can't isolate and dominate in one half of the ring. You got to literally keep it in your corner, just to avoid another team getting involved.
Yeah.
Kind of change the strategy. Oh, man.
Ooh.
Hanson now in the cover with the form across the jawline. Gets a 1 count.
What do you think the next promotion is that's going to be getting a Global Wars?
Oh, good
or
Lord.
which promotion that we haven't seen would you like to see get a Global Wars?
Stardom, Japan. I want to see Japan and Stardom and freaking CMLL and Noah all under one roof. Do against one of the numbers game. And Spark Joshi for that matter, because Stardom works with Spark Joshi. And right now, Synergy controlling. I mean, again, we cover the territories. MPX, America. Australia, Mexico, Canada, United Kingdom. The only place they haven't covered besides Japan, if there is wrestling down there, is freaking Lower Point of Africa. No offense. Or Puerto Rico. I'll say. Sheldon Jean dropping Carl Anderson down to, and Carl Anderson needs attack desperately. And again, though, Carl Anderson pushed forward to the Gates of Agony corner, and Sheldon Jean was the one that was tagged. And Sheldon Jean right now, it looks like Sheldon Jean and the Gates of Agony are kind of on the same page here against the Good Brothers, it seems. And tag made now to Bishop Khan. Anderson again in a world of trouble. And also KiyoMiya and Bishop Dyer basically been taken out of the equation completely. And the unfamiliarity of these two as a duo, I do wonder, does that play to their benefit against the rest of these, call what it is, further established teams? Oh, man, Toa hits the ring post. Anderson right now, again, trying to create newfound momentum. Oh, and caught Bishop Dyer into a stunner, or excuse me, cutter, net breaker on Bryce Hanson.
There you go.
And right now, we finally have a point of reset and a chance for Anderson to make the tag to Big LG.
I was going to say, Anderson needs a tag. There he is.
About time. Big LG now legal. Again, big boot by Big LG. Big close on everything's big about this dude. You kidding me? High kick, by the way. And right now, again, just jumping in to Hanson in the corner. Follow up, just driving his shoulder through it.
Wow. So I don't know if you just cued into that. These Mayhem shows will be taped.
Oh! Jackhammer
One,
by LG
two.
and program by Sheldon and Gene. And yeah, I also heard that will be taped. So it does go back, though. You look at the dates, though. You almost got like a month in between. That kind of makes sense. But it does make me wonder how much they are going to tape. And again, you talk about yourself, the execution of the product. As we got Kaito KiyoMiya finally trying to execute a plan of success, as he now has finally found a way back into this match that is legal. Drop kick. Kaito KiyoMiya representing Rebellion, by the way, of Pro Wrestling Noah. And Matt Prince right now, the former three-time Dragon Screw leg went down. That move has to suck. Former three-time GNC heavyweight champion. And now looking to control the pace here. Running with that rising knee strike here. And of course, he's known for the Shining Wizard, taken again from his mentor's playbook. And there it is!
Wow.
Coming down, Bishop Khan. Tola just with a subtle stomp in the back of the head. Breaks the cover up, and now Bishop Dyer in. It's still hard for me to call him by that name. Oh, man! Beautiful freaking deep six of sorts. Rising deep six. Shotgun drop by Bishop Khan. Running uppercut by Carnes. It's all breaking down again, folks. Rolling in. Elbow strike by Hanson. Step up Shining Wizard by Kaito KiyoMiya. Totally on. The only one left standing. Oh, God, and a headbutt. Jesus, like getting hit with a freaking cinder block.
Dude.
Oh!
Leona's a beast.
That's accurate. Look at the face. And right now, oh, shit! Bishop Khan wiping him out with a blue frontal bomb release. Bishop Dyer, fireman's carry, gutbuster on Sheldon Gene. I forgot who's legal, by the way. Plants it with a spine buster. Carl Anderson plants Bishop Khan. Oh, man.
I don't even know who. I think it's Gallows.
Oh, God! That could be it right there. Shining Wizard breaks up the father. LG planted. Freaking Hanson with a sky-high power bomb.
Jesus.
Chaos ensuing here at this main event.
This is. I feel bad for Aubrey.
Holy shit! MLP chants ran out loud and proud as these 8 men look to make history to crown the first ever MLP Tag Team Champions. Aubrey Edwards starting her standing 10 count. At this point, I would say it's Kaito KiyoMiya and Big LG, the only 2 men left inside the ring.
Ooh.
A sold-out crowd here tonight, standing room only at St. Clair. And Kaito KiyoMiya, push into the midsection of Bishop Dyer. Now up in the fireman's carry up to Leona. Big LG, big uppercut, clocking Tola on the jaw. And are you kidding me? What the hell?
Jesus.
Samoa drop, faraway slam combination on Big LG and Kaito KiyoMiya by Tola Leona. What the hell?
Holy shit. Holy shit.
And I might be accurate here. Sheldon Gene and Bryce Hanson taking Leona out of the equation and driving him face first in the ring post. Smart move by this MLP duo. Now Bishop caught up and over the plunger.
Ooh.
The Pescado wiping him out on the outside. And now what? Oh, wait a minute. Watch the fire on your screen, Nick. Watch the fire on your screen. Those still ring stats. The step up, trip up, still wiping out. Sheldon Gene and Bryce Hanson on the outside. That could have been very bad, though.
I was going to say, did he just like...
Yeah, he tripped over the still ring stats,
Okay.
but thankfully he didn't lose his footing and still wiped himself out and a team out in the process. We're now down to the Good Brothers and Bishop Dyer and Kaito KiyoMiya. I was oh no, miscommunication again. Jumping pump kick by Carl Anderson. Bishop Dyer hoisted up, and it might be the recipe for success. Magic Killer.
Here we go. Here we go. 1, 2,
Straight Good Brothers with the win. Making history as the first ever MLP Tag Team Champions and another Tag Team Championship accolade in their long, illustrious careers.
Just another set of tag team titles to add to their collection, right?
As the same formula, Nick. A Magic Killer, a 1, 2, 3, and just a 2 sweet.
Yeah. It's just...
2-time WWE Tag Team Champions, multiple-time IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, former Impact Tag Team Champions, and now the first ever MLP Tag Team Champions. The Good Brothers continue to hold down tag team wrestling.
Yeah, and I mean, like you knew that like they were the team, right? Like,
Oh, no doubt. You kidding me? No doubt.
yeah. Ooh.
Oh my gosh. That was a frenzy though to the finish. What a friggin' phonetic pace.
Yep. And I mean, like I said, you knew, yeah, with all the teams, and this is why I said, like, I kind of wish there was more like teams, other than GOA, because you kind of knew, like, without knowing.
Right?
It didn't take a.
Continue your thought, dude. Continue your thought. Don't worry about that. Continue your thought.
No, sorry, no. I guess the event is restarting. That's why I was.
Well, yeah, that's what they do during the thing. As officially, Global Wars has concluded. Peace may finally be restored in Canada as we finally finish this incredible show and bring you all into a bit of a post-show discussion. And first, let me just say again, incredible night once again for Ring of Honor on another Global Wars expedition. That was fucking great.
Yeah, it was, honestly.
Go ahead, Nick.
It was a good show. It was definitely a good show. Everybody, they really showed up. They really they put in the work, and it showed.
Yeah, no kidding. Dadgum. All right.
Again, the standouts.
To get our breath.
Oh yeah, and I mean, again, the standouts for me were, you know what? It were the talents that aren't signed to any deals. It was Taylor Isaac, for, you know, how well she did in there. She held her own against a pro
Athena.
like Athena.
Yeah.
And
Big O.
the strength and the power and the athleticism and just the presence that Alice Crawley, Big Al, brought in her match.
Oh yeah.
Again, those two were my standouts. Everybody else, they did a great job. Like, it was a real solid show.
Yeah, it was a real fun, dynamic show, and it was a great showcase. Multiple countries, multiple promotions, a great news for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. And honestly, it may not be the last time we cover Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling here, folks, if you continue to enjoy this like we did. It damn sure won't be the last time we cover Ring of Honor. As I talked about earlier, we now know Supercar of Honor comes next month. And of course, the coverage for the weekend continues. We'll see you all in a few hours when I cover Sakura Genesis live. That'll be around 2:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here at the Super Reliable Studios across, of course, my channel and Batty for Wrestling exclusively. Of course, our Batty friend, our Sneon Pro Wrestling friend. If you haven't subscribed to her today, don't be a dickhead. Subscribe today to Batty for Wrestling. Again, she is literally our other fellow Canadian friend and our Japanese pro wrestling lover and our little young punk. Always appreciate her, always. Of course, that will continue to ensue. Further shenanigans and coverage will conclude as tomorrow night we will stand and deliver with NXT one way or another. Should be a fun show. It's for free on YouTube. You can literally follow along with us, folks, if you choose, as we head closer to WrestleMania week. And of course, next week we'll be sitting predicting and covering AEW Dynasty before the Superman's brand agenda continues forward with the WrestleMania week that's ahead, including Part Out Mania. Again, tickets are still available. Support Ed in San Antonio today. Follow on the X for more information. Support Title Match Network. Become a member today. We'll be covering all of this and so much more. Stay tuned for further details here at the Super Reliable Studios. We continue to bring you all the professional wrestling coverage we can. And again, if you enjoyed what you heard tonight and you want to follow along more with us, follow us today at SR Studio 2024 to keep up with all the updates for watch-alongs, interviews, shenanigans, and so much more. And again, I thank you all for tuning in to this coverage. So before we cut the feed, Nick, any closing thoughts?
No, I mean, we've got a lot of stuff coming up. Stay tuned. A lot of great interviews, a lot of watch-alongs. No, that's it. I think that's really much it. Ooh, should check out the boys on GCW.
Yeah, exactly. I also want to point out again to our friends in the GCW collective. Again, follow them as you see right there. They are currently covering GCW Last Call as we are simulcasting here. So please continue following along and showing your love for GCW and for their work as well. And good luck to all those still in the GCW League as the forum is now closed. The NXT League forum, of course, is on my social medias and also on my YouTube. If you want to further engage and follow me, I am the Cement Noel Foster. You can find me at Foster916 on the X and on YouTube for all things professional wrestling. But you also will literally see me in less than about 3 hours. So for Nick Ferrantes, for every great Canadian professional wrestling fan, professional wrestling worker, for all of you that have tuned in, whether just for the moment or for the whole entire thing, as you continue to allow the passion to continue to pursue. I thank all of you once again for bringing us along for another ride and another great professional wrestling coverage tonight. So until next time, in and out of YouTube and on your screens and on your X, I leave it as always with this: make a positive impact in life, and have a good night and finish tuning into our coverage of Ring of Honor and MLP Global Wars Canada. Have a good night, folks. We'll see you next time here in the Super Labo Studios. I definitely am going to now. Take care.
Cut the feed. Cut the feed.
There's your freaking steal my gift.